I'm Christine Lisi. The 7-8 matchup in the Eastern Conference starts off this second night of the NBA play-in tournament as the 76ers host the Magic. Winner claims the 7th seed and meets Boston in the first round of the playoffs. The loser takes on Charlotte for 8th and an opening round series with Detroit. Guard Steph Curry, one of 3 Warriors on a minutes restriction in the 9-10 West matchup at the Clippers. Curry, who's dealt with knee injuries for several months, will play around 32 minutes. ESPN's Kendrick Perkins gives Golden State about a 15% chance to win as part of the result.
That's how much confidence I have in the Clippers and Ty Lue and also Kawhi Leonard. This man has been playing at an MVP level since the All-Star break. But when you talk about how he's able to take control over a game and dominate a game, it's not just him on the offensive side, it's him defensively because he defends at a high level.
Warriors-Clippers, 9:30 Eastern, ESPN Radio. The winner meets the Suns for 8th in the West. 4-time WNBA MVP Asia Wilson signed a 3-year, $5 million Supermax extension to stay with Las Vegas.
Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy tastes like straight-up birthday cake. Vanilla, buttery, funfetti flavor in one tiny bottle. It's all cake, no sugar, and perfect when I need a quick, tasty caffeine boost. Get yours today at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride! Woo!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
News. And Mr. Toby Tompley. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Oh, by the way, it's a hump day. Yeah.
It's hump day.
LSU baseball got a win.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Not pretty.
Hump day.
But a win is a win is a win is a win is a win.
It's hump day.
Unless if it's a midweek win.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Then it kind of like counts as a half a win.
Hump day.
A third of a win.
It's hump day.
A quarter of a win.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
But a win.
Hump day.
Dalton Wasserman in 15 minutes.
It's hump day.
Talk some NFL draft.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Dylan Jones.
Hump day.
Wisconsin transfer.
It's hump day.
Running back.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Been telling you about him.
Hump day.
Lane Kiffin agreed.
It's hump day.
What does it mean?
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Not sure yet.
Hump day.
Talk about it.
It's hump day.
In an hour.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Hey, Muse, look at your rundown.
Hump day.
All right, I'm looking.
Look
It's
at 5.
hump day.
Look at 5 p.m.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
I see it, 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Hump day.
What do you say?
Says, Kiffin on evaluation.
Kiffin.
It's hump day.
Misspelled Kiffin.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Kiffin.
Kiffin. It's an amusing typo.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
He should change his name to Kiffin.
Hump day.
I think people would like him more if his name was Lane Kiffin.
It's hump day.
It's possible. For sure, yeah.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
How do you hate a guy named Kiffin?
That's the point.
Hump day.
And did you just step on your own drop?
It's hump day.
That just happened.
Did it?
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
You were starting to talk and then you hit the drop.
Hump day.
You stepped on your own drop.
I probably tried to time it, and I didn't time it well there.
Look at Molly.
I didn't even notice. Good ear.
Molly. He stepped on his own.
It's hump day.
He most definitely did.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
To be fair, Paul would have agreed with you regardless of if I did that or
But in
not.
this case, it actually
No, yeah, but I mean,
happened.
it just,
I
regardless.
want you to go pull that.
Okay, I'll go pull it.
Hump day.
How is that possible? You have the button.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Right, I was probably trying to time it right in between you
Again,
ending and yeah.
You have the button.
Well, I know, and I clicked it early trying to time it, and I didn't time it right. That's what I'm saying. You asked how. That's how.
But you were talking.
I think what happened is I clicked it and I started talking too soon.
Aaron Torres in hour 3.
It's hump day.
Big fan of the show.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
All right, let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
All right, so LSU beats Northwestern State 4-2 out at the box. This was LSU scored 4 runs in this game. All of the runs came on 2 homers. Braden Simpson hit a solo homer. Jake Brown did the honors as LSU was down 2-1. He hit this mash.
2. Brown hits one deep. Right center field. This ball is carrying way out of here. Pucker up and kiss that baby goodbye. Number 16 for Jake Brown.
The great Lynn Rollins on the call. By the way, Braden Simpson's home run was freaking annihilated. Hit it like 420 to dead center. Muse's favorite number in the world. I mean, a 420 homer for Muse, baseball guy. Tell me, Muse, that you don't love that. A homer to dead center that goes 420.
It was 425, but yeah, I mean,
420.
Launch him.
Nailed it. So there was good and there was bad. The bad is LSU hit 8 times in this game. They got the leadoff man on 6 times. 6 times they got the leadoff man on. They scored in 2 innings. Whew. That's the not good. The really good is your pitching allowed 2 runs to a good baseball team. Northwestern State's in the Southland, like we've talked about. It is there's a talent disparity, but still that's a very good baseball team, just like Bethune-Cookman a week ago. By the way, if you didn't see, Bethune-Cookman beat Florida last night. After beating LSU, they went on the road to Gainesville and beat Florida. They're a good team. They're not as talented as a lot of the teams that they're going to face in the SEC, but they're a good team. But LSU's pitching allowed just 2 runs on 5 hits, only allowed 2 walks, did not hit a batter. It's a Christmas miracle. And it's amazing what can happen when you throw strikes, you don't walk or hit batters, you make them swing to get on base, and good things happen. And that's what happened in this ballgame. Jay Johnson afterwards, when it was asked about the pitching, and naturally felt pretty good about the way that they threw the ball.
I'm really proud of the pitching. This is the best pitch game we've had in a while, in a long time. I couldn't even remember, probably Case against Oklahoma is probably the last time we had a game that was pitched as well as this game was pitched. To Kentucky, we shut out Kentucky, Schmidt and Zach.
I think Zach Cowan, who got the start in this ball game, he allowed a solo homer, but gave you 2 innings, struck out 2, didn't walk anybody. I think what was interesting is to start Cowan and to bring in Sheeran really in a tough spot because Garcia got into a pickle in the 8th, and Sheeran came in and got the pop-up, which, my God, John Pearson almost dropped it. He caught it anyway. And then Sheeran struck out the side in the 9th and was awesome and overpowering. But I think what it went to show you is Jay Johnson needed this team to taste something good. I mean, Sheeran pitched on Sunday. To throw on Sunday and then to come back on Tuesday on 1 day's rest and to throw an inning in 2/3. It was only 25 pitches, and it could have been a bullpen day. But the bottom line is they needed something good. They needed to feel good. Like at this point, you with half of the conference play to go, You got to get your team believing good things can happen to them. They can win games. And so that's what they did in this ball game. By the way, here was Jay on the decision to start Zach Cowan.
I think we're just at a place where this is like who you're going to go to when you have to and we have to. And Zach is probably the best pitcher on the staff just in terms of performance over the last 5 or 6 weeks. You know what you're going to get, more importantly than anything else. I've talked about him a lot, and he deserves to be talked about a lot. So I wanted to get off to a good start.
I thought Cowan was good. Really nice bounce back for Fontenot as well. Remember, Fontenot only recorded 1 out in his start on Sunday. He gave you 2 innings. He did not allow a base hit, didn't allow a base runner. Struck out 3 of the 6 hitters he faced. That was great to see because you know it's in there for Fontenot. It's just a matter of corralling it. We've talked about it before. It's why Fontenot is going to be – someone's going to draft him in the top 10 rounds and give him a shot to go play pro ball because the guy throws 99 and it's in there. It's just, can you harness it consistently? If he can, he could be a factor for this team in the second half of conference play. Ricken got into a little bit of an issue, but Benj was awesome coming out of the bullpen. You went to Williams in a lefty-lefty matchup and got you the out you needed, got a strikeout. Paz was really good. You went to Theophilus, who faced 1 hitter, walked him, and then you went to Garcia, who walked a guy, struck out a guy, threw a wild pitch. I mean, it was, and that's when Williams came in, or Sheeran came in a bit of a bind, and he got the pop-up, got out of the inning, struck out the side in the 9th, and got you home. So Tigers, the Tigers finished it off, which was great to see. And now you get ready for this weekend with A&M coming in. One more from Jay. Muse, can we get the update on Cooper Moore? So, again, this is the exciting thing. It's exciting. I mean, you need Cooper Moore, whatever you're going to be. You need your number 2 starter to be there for you. Here was the update on Cooper Moore.
Well, he threw today. Good report with the throwing today on the mound, so that's good. Now, it's more about how he probably feels the next 2 days, so we'll see. I mean, I hope he can contribute. You know, he threw strikes. He's got multiple pitches. He's a confident guy, but it probably has more to do with what's coming the next couple of days because it was an aggressive or 100% throwing, session bullpen today.
Awesome.
So he's on track, but we'll know more the next couple of days.
Awesome. Love to hear that. Again, whatever Cooper Moore can give you. If it's an inning, if it's a batter, if he can give you anything this weekend against A&M, you'll take it because it's a very good offensive team. We'll talk much more about A&M here in the next couple days we get toward Friday's opener out at the box. All right, it's After Further Review. Show Open Every Day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with a great taste of Bud Light. Remember, every day this week, we're giving away a Bud Light prize pack. It's the Purple, Gold, and Cold giveaway. All you have to do is text Drink Easy to our show text line here at the station. Remember, a lot of you have been texting my personal text line. This is the station text line, 225-499-1045, 499-1045, 225-499-1045. Text Drink Easy to 225-499-1045. We pick a winner every day this week. We'll announce it at the start of hour number 3. You get a case of the Bud Light aluminum bottles. You get the Bud Light LSU baseball jersey, which is fire if you haven't seen it yet. The National Championship koozie, some ESPN swag as well. Text Drink Easy to 225-499-1045. Drink Easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of your Fighting Tigers of LSU. All right, we'll knock out a quick break, talk some NFL draft with Dalton Wasserman next. Don't you move, it's AFR.
AFR.
RevFiber.com, RevFiber.com, RevFiber.com. Yes, it's robotic and repetitive, but we've been talking about Rev for so long, and now we got a new website, so I need you to remember the new website, which is RevFiber.com, R-E-V, RevFiber.com. Rev is Louisiana's largest locally owned broadband provider, and they are now announcing Rev Fiber as its flagship product brand. So Rev Fiber, it's now the banner. It's all the residential fiber internet services. This reinforces Rev's fiber-first expansion across Louisiana. And Rev Fiber for Business aligns Rev with business customers that are looking for next-generation cutting-edge connectivity options. Let me boil this down. You want better connectivity at your place of business? You want to save money? You want Rev Fiber. Go to RevFiber.com, R-E-V, RevFiber.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer, we know hard work starts with the right equipment. Right now, take advantage of the powerful 3025E tractor with loader for just $297 a month, with 0% financing for 72 months. Whether you're tackling land, property, or projects, this is the tractor built to get it done. Don't wait. This offer ends April 30th, 2026. Visit sunequip.com or stop by a Sunshine location today.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. Trusted by champions, built for Louisiana.
Do business with someone you know. Parrish Construction and Roofing.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. ParrishGroup.com.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs, set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free, confidential help now.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories,
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
8 days to the NFL draft. My goodness. Self-admitted draft nerd here. I'm the guy that'll sit there with a draft guide and watch all 3 days, 7 rounds, because I think pick 217, who could be a depth piece from your practice squad that's, signed from the practice squad in November to give you depth is interesting to me. I know that's not to everyone, but it is to me. It is to me, so back off. Anyway, Dalton Wasserman, new affiliation. You can catch him on the Preferred Walk-On, a college football show, Preferred Walk-On CFB show with Max Chadwick. You can check that out on YouTube, podcast apps. Dalton, appreciate the time, man. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Just counting down the days till the draft, right? You get sick of all the speculation and the anticipation. We just want to get to it.
What do you think is the storyline leading into this draft that is maybe the most tired or the most missed right now?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. I think when you really look at, this story that's been, this lack of blue chip talent, I think it's just that it leans on one side of the ball, and that's the defensive side, right? I mean, there's been so much speculation, even as high as second overall. Is it going to be an Arvell Reese or a David Bailey? Where should Ruben Bain go with the short arms? Where should Caleb Downs go as a safety? And safeties don't usually go that high, right? I think you just have to look at this draft for what it is, especially on that side of the ball. If you think a guy is talented enough to be worthy of a top 5 to 8 pick, just go ahead and do it, because, look, everybody's going to have their flaws in this class, especially near the top. That might be more the case this year than some others.
So, Dalton, it seems as though, I'm glad you mentioned Ruben Bain and the T-Rex arms, because he is kind of the guy that's he's the betting favorite right now to go 8 to New Orleans. If you would give me your flyover scout evaluation of Bain.
I think he's well worth a top 10 pick if the Saints were to take him 8th overall. I wouldn't blame him one bit. He's super talented. I know he's got the short arms, but it wasn't just this past year that he was dominant. He was dominant for all 3 of his seasons down at Miami. And you talk about a versatile player who is a very well-taught pass rusher. I think you could argue he and his teammate Akeem Mesidor, the most well-taught defensive ends in this class, with Jason Taylor as Miami's defensive line coach. So their technique is outstanding. The hand usage is outstanding. Despite, again, having the shorter arms, he finds ways around it with his technique, and that's really the difference. When you have a physical flaw like that, you just have to play with better, more consistent technique, and he was Miami's cheat code in the run game, man. I think that's not being said enough. I think you could easily argue among all the edge defenders that he's the best run defender, and he's a true 3-down player. So, if you're somebody who's looking for, ideal length and all of that, and you lean on those traits, you might lean away from it, but he's a great, great football player. I think every bit worthy of a top 10 pick.
Dalton, we talked. I think people here maybe are very familiar with this conversation. A year ago, this was the conversation about Will Campbell, right? I mean, he's a dominant college football player, short arms. Should he have been a top offensive tackle prospect? He had a great first half of the season with New England, was injured, struggled some of the second half. He'll get healthy, and we'll see how he looks. But he's awesome. We know that. Do you have a defensive comp for Bain, a guy maybe with shorter arms in the NFL who you think can make it?
I've seen Brandon Graham thrown around there. His arms aren't quite as short as Bain's were, but he's won in a lot of the same ways, right? He's not maybe he won't be the guy that ever leads the league in sacks, but Brandon Graham, and I believe it's still going. I think he re-upped with Philadelphia one more year. He's had such a great career for a long time because he was such a good 3-down player. He played with power. He played with lower body strength. He was one of the best run defenders in the NFL for a long time and is still a pretty competent one at that. And yeah, maybe that only means 8 to 10 sacks a year, but what he gives you in every down impact, despite that lack of length, it really matters for your team. And you saw it on a couple of teams that won the Super Bowl, that for that Philadelphia team, Brandon Graham was such a valuable piece for a long time. That's a name that jumps out to me.
Dalton Wasserman is our guest, preferred walk-on college football show. Go subscribe there on YouTube if you haven't done so yet, at CFB_Dalton, if you want to give him a follow. If it's not Bain, what do you think the Saints should do at 8?
I really lean in on the wide receivers. I mean, they might even have an opportunity to take the very first wide receiver off the board, depending on the couple of teams in front of them, the Giants, the Browns, the Commanders. But you really got to find some depth beyond Chris Olave. So I think it's something they could attack at 8th overall with somebody like a Carnell Tate or a Mekhi Lemon, maybe even Jordan Tyson if they feel good about the medicals. But they're definitely going to attack it at some point in this draft. They just don't have enough premier options outside of Chris Olave in that receiver room. And if you're trying to make life easier for Tyler Shuck, you've done that in the run game, signing David Edwards on the O-line, Travis Etienne in the backfield. Now you need one more weapon to take the pressure off of Olave and really give Shuck multiple options out there. I think wide receiver is going to be a big focus.
I want to ask you about the receiver position in this draft, Dalton, because this is so the convo we've had here a bunch is, okay, let's say the Saints have effectively 2 options, right? They go an elite-level defensive player at 8 and maybe get a receiver in round 2, or do they do exactly what you just said? Is it Tate? Is it Tyson? Is it the best receiver in the draft at 8? Let's say, hypothetically, they go best defensive player at 8. If it's Bain, if it's maybe someone like Mansour Delane from LSU potentially. Early round 2, what receiver is there a game-breaking receiver there early round 2 that you think could be available for New Orleans that would be an interesting value?
There's certainly a lot of intriguing guys, right? I mean, you talk about on the high end of it, there's intriguing names like a KC Concepcion. We'll see, where he gets to. There's a lot of differing opinions on him. Some think he's top 3. Some think he's more of an early second-round pick. He's somebody who could add a level of dynamism to their offense when you talk about having the ball in his hands and making plays after the catch. But in that mid-round 2 range also, I think you look at Jeremy Bernard from Alabama who can do a lot of different things. I really like Elijah Surratt from Indiana who seems like he's going to be more of a second-round type player, but a big-bodied receiver, back shoulders throws outside the numbers that that Tyler Shuck loves to throw, and a guy who can just he's proven during his college career he can beat man-to-man coverage. So anybody who can win those one-on-one matchups, if you're looking for physical upside, it might be somebody more like a Chris Bell, big 220-pound frame, but he's coming off a torn ACL. So there's a lot of good options when you talk about round 2 and 3, because I think, we might not have a Jamar Chase, Calvin Johnson type of receiver at the top of this draft, but there's a lot of depth and some good role players all the way probably through round 4.
Bell was Tyler Shuck's college teammate. He's got a ton of conversation here about possibly landing with New Orleans. Shuck's pushing hard for that. A couple more for you, Dalton. Let me dig in a little deeper there. As you rattle off a lot of names at receiver, which kind of speaks to where the value is in this draft as far as maybe positional value. Where in this draft, Dalton, as far as round, do you think is the value proposition for NFL teams? Meaning this doesn't necessarily seem like a super top-heavy draft with all the quarterbacks, but where do you think teams are going to find the most value picking?
I think probably on day 2, probably especially picks between, say, 40 and 80. I think there's a lot of similarly talented players there, and you're really scouting for what you need for your football team, right? I think you have some really good players at the top of round 1 in the first 14 or 15, and then the back end of round 1 to me gets difficult because from 15 to about 75, I think, again, we have a lot of similarly talented players. I think the teams that can really in the mid to late second round and then into the third round, the teams that can find starting caliber players in that range, and I think there's a good amount of them. I don't know there's a lot of superstars, but I think there's a good amount of starters in that, again, 40 to 75 or 80 type range. I think the teams that win that area of this draft are really going to have a good long-term future with it.
We've talked a bunch about LSU guys going into this draft, Dalton. Delane is going to be the first Tiger off the board. Anybody else among these LSU players that really interests you as far as maybe some value in this draft?
The next guy, and I think he's going to go in the second round, would be his teammate in the secondary, A.J. Halsey. I have him as the 4th best safety. I think the top 4 safeties, when you look at Downs, Dylan Thieneman, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, and then Halsey, I think those 4 guys are a cut above all the rest of the safeties in this class. I'd expect him to be a top 50 pick, definitely somebody I'd be on the lookout for to be a day 1 starter. And then, you get to some of the intriguing guys later on who have a lot of athletic potential, right? Talk about Harold Perkins and Patrick Payton, guys with potential who maybe had some struggles the last couple of years, but Delane and Halsey are the 2 that really stand above the rest for me.
He's Dalton Wasserman at CFB_Dalton. If you want to give him a follow, the preferred walk-on college football show, make sure you sub over at YouTube. What a great time to go subscribe to it as well with the draft here right around the bend. By the way, who did you have? I'm looking at the video that you streamed yesterday. Who did you have with the Saints taken at 8?
I think I went with Caleb Downs. I was making the even number picks, and it was actually one of the harder picks because a couple of the really elite guys like Jeremiah Smith and Leonard Moore were off the board, and then they just weren't a team that needed a quarterback when we were getting all that run of them off early. But I went with Caleb Downs. I think he can change anybody's secondary. He's my number 1 player on the board for the 2026 class, so I went with him in their secondary. And to be honest with you, that could be a realistic pick in this year's draft. It wouldn't shock me at all.
It'd be interesting to see if Downs is there at 8 if the Saints have a decision to make. Dalton Wasserman, always appreciate the time, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Appreciate you as always.
Man, be well. It's after further review. We're brought to you by Supper Club. Get your reservations now at supperclubbtr.com, supperclubbtr.com. Got clients in town? Take them to Supper Club. Celebrating a birthday? Supper Club. Anniversary? Supper Club. Got a promotion? Supper Club. Graduation coming out? Supper Club. Why would you go anywhere else? It's Supper Club. Supperclubbtr.com is where you can go to get your reservations. Supperclubbtr.com. At Supper Club, it's all about the dining experience, both the food you eat, which is going to be otherworldly, but also the experience itself. And one of the things I love that they do at Supper Club, I give this example often, but a lot of times you go to a fine dining restaurant, you sit down, and there's white tablecloth, and there's 7 different types of breads and 14 different types of cheese or butters, and you're like, what do I do? There's 8 knives and 14 forks. I don't know what to do. Now, I love that, but for a lot of people, that could be intimidating. And that's okay. So what they did at Supper Club was they wanted to, everything was intentional. Like, they do not have white tablecloths. They're beautiful, but they're wood tables. So you don't have to worry about, are you spilling something and getting a stain on the tablecloth. When you walk in, they bring you fries as your sort of like appetizer that they bring to set on the table instead of bread with all the different butters and cheeses. Like, Everything is thought of there at Supper Club. The dining experience is unmatched. So get your reservation at supperclubbtr.com, supperclubbtr.com. I popped in just a couple of weeks ago, had to get a gift card for a buddy. And while I was there, I saw 2 different people that were there celebrating anniversaries that were listeners of the show. They were there because they heard about it and celebrating wedding anniversaries. One, it was a couple celebrating their anniversary. Another was a gentleman listening to the show. It was his in-laws' anniversary. So it was he, his wife, and his wife's parents celebrating their anniversary. A great place to celebrate anything. It's Supper Club. Right there in Perkins, near Bluebonnet, supperclubbtr.com, supperclubbtr.com. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. Glad to have you hanging out with us here on this Hump Day edition of AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Last week, we plumb forgot to call Taylor Calandro. I mean, Muse and I we're standing outside the studio on Thursday, and I was like, hey, Muse, totally forgot to call Taylor last week.
Yeah, we did. And we just
blew
right through it.
And the week before, during the show, he was like, hey, man, we called him, and he was like, there was a disaster, the employee thing, something or other, and he had to cancel. So today, I messaged Taylor. I'm like, hey, man, totally forgot you last week. Sorry about that. Good to go today? He's like, yeah, good to go. We're set. All good. And then we're about to walk in. He texts me. He's like, I got the kids today. I'm sorry, man. So, eventually we'll get back to having Taylor on the show.
There's always next week.
We've had a good 6-year run with Taylor. That started during COVID when wasn't nobody doing nothing but sitting around drinking. So we're like, let's do a booze segment. And so we had Taylor on. We've had him on for 6 years, and it's been great. But we have had a 3-week run now. We have just missed each other. So we'll try to do it next week. All right, it's After Further Review. We're not going to break. We'll go around the SEC next. Stick around here. It's AFR.
AFR.
If you ever go to Disney, it is their mission to make sure that every child has the greatest experience ever. This isn't a commercial for Disney. I'll get to the point. Every park worker is taught, if you see a child and they spill their ice cream cone or something like that, a park worker has to go get them one and replace it immediately. You are not allowed to have a bad experience. Darren James has used that philosophy as he's built his real estate industry and real estate business. And when you think of it in those terms, if this person is so intently committed on making sure that his clients have the best experience possible, how can you possibly fail? Well, that's why Darren James is on the Wall Street Journal's list of the top 1% of realtors in America. You need to sell your home? You need Darren James. Agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
It's not easy to be a champion.
It's built from every swing, pitch, and game all season long.
In the grind, the focus, and in the recovery.
FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake experts provide best-in-class care for our state's world-class athletes. Because it takes a champion to care for champions.
I trust the lake to keep me at my best.
From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient, and the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit louisianapropane.com.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgout.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. If you're battling an insurance company because of a wreck not your fault and they're not calling you back or being fair, whether you hire us at all, give us a call, 272-5555, or email Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates. You have nothing to lose.
Hello, I'm Collins Meredith. If you've been injured on the job, you'll likely have a workers' compensation claim, but you may also have a tort claim, which opens up significant recovery rights not normally available for a work injury. If this is you, call us or come see us at Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates.
Supreme Jasmine is premium American-grown rice. From local farms to your table, every grain is supreme. Pick up a bag of Jasmine or any other of our Supreme American rice.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Help find a life-saving bone marrow donor. Match for Team Kate, an 11-year-old St. Jude patient who urgently needs a transplant. Kate has a serious TP53 mutation, and doctors say finding a bone marrow donor match as soon as possible gives her the best chance of survival. Donor drives will be held on LSU's campus Thursday, April 23rd from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Friday, April 24th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the parade grounds and the quad. If you're between the ages of 18 and 35, you can join the National Donor Registry with a quick cheek swab. And on Thursday, the 23rd, all of our stations will broadcast their full lineup of shows live from the LSU parade grounds in support of Team Kate. If you can't make it to campus or out of the age range, you can also register online through the Team Kate link at 1045ESPN.com and have a free swab kit mailed directly to you.
All right, we're going to go to around the SEC here in just a quick second. Thanks for that, Muse. We got by the way, we got connected with Kate and her family through former LSU pitcher Lewis Coleman, who Kate is from South Mississippi, and of course, many may know that Lewis is from there, and their families are friends. And Lewis made me aware of this months ago, and it's kind of an amazing. I literally have goosebumps just sitting here thinking about this. Like if you could see me in studio. And listen, if you've been through anything with your child, and I hope you never do, but unfortunately, that's a reality for many, many people, and a lot of people know our family story, and so maybe because of that, this story really touched me. But Kate's 11 years old; she needs a bone marrow transplant, and it's almost incredible to think they had swab events at Ole Miss and Mississippi State, and like they've had literally thousands of people swabbed, and they have not been able to find this girl a match. And she needs a bone marrow donor to save her life. And so whenever we were aware of this, I was like, we're in, and we're going to do everything we can to shout out of the loudest megaphone as much as we can to get as many people swabbed to find Kate's match. And it would be so amazing if next week we're able to find her match. So if you are able, please, please, please participate. And if you're not, please, please, please help us spread the word to anyone who might be able to participate. So all the info is on 1045ESPN.com. We have it at louisianasports.net. Also, it's on all of our social media. You can find all the info there. It's a cheek swab. It's just it's a cheek swab to see, and if you can, so come out to LSU. We'll be broadcasting all of our stations: 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, Eagle 98.1, 100.7 The Tiger, Talk 107.3 FM. All of us are broadcasting all day long next Thursday from the quad at LSU to raise awareness for this, to encourage everyone to come out and get swabbed, and let's find Kate's match. Then you get that's Thursday the 23rd, so a week from tomorrow. So get all the info online, and if you can't make it there, again, as Muse said, you can register online, and they'll send you a free swab kit. So, and like the return post is included. They make it so easy. Like let's do this, man. Let's find this girl her match, and let's get her a donor, and let's save this 11-year-old girl's life. I mean, what an incredible gift that any of us can give to help save someone's life. So, especially a child. So it would be awesome. We're excited about next week. Okay, it's after further review from the massively relevant and significant to the comparatively mundane. Joel Glazer, who's the owner of the Bucs, said that he'll gladly pay whatever it takes to keep Baker Mayfield beyond the 2026 season. I found this really interesting. He said, look, he's gone above and beyond anything we could have asked for or hoped for. Everybody loves him. He performs. He gives 250% when he's on the field. That's all you can ask for. What's interesting, so Baker turned 31 yesterday. So on April 14th. So Tuesday, he turned 31 years old. 8 NFL seasons, 4 teams. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler. He's played 51 games in Tampa. In those 51 games, he's 27-24. Pretty good. Won a couple of division titles. But I look and go, is Baker really good, or is he just winning in a bad division? And when you look at the market value, so Spotrac does the thing where they put up a market value, comparative analysis, all that stuff. The market value for Baker, what would you think a 4-year deal for Baker Mayfield? He's 31 years old. What would a 4-year deal for Baker Mayfield cost? What do you think?
Oh, Lord.
I didn't prep you on this at all. Just 4 years. What do you think?
31 years old?
Yep.
This is quarterback, though. I'd still say north of 180.
Okay, 180. Paulie, what would you think? Not a bad guess, but
125.
How about an average annual value of $53.6 million, which comes out to a 4-year, $214.4 million contract, which would be 5th in the NFL. You making Baker Mayfield the 5th highest paid quarterback in the NFL?
I'm not, no.
Right?
No, there's no chance.
They comp him to Dak, Goff, Cousins, and Stafford, which tells you, Stafford won a Super Bowl. Goff's been to a Super Bowl. Dak's won a ton of games, not had playoff success. Cousins, he's just continued to cash giant checks, and congrats to him on that. But, what it shows you is, well, we all know, but it's illustrative of the premium for quarterbacks, what it costs when you actually hit on one, even if it's not one that's the best ones in the league. I mean, we're not talking about Mahomes and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, even Burrow, who's been to a Super Bowl. We're talking about Baker Mayfield, who was a castaway. He was a cast-aside. He was on the scrap heap. I mean, he literally goes to the Rams a couple of years ago in the middle of the week and starts a game. Incredible. I think it's worth watching because Tampa Bay might be tethering themselves to a good, not great quarterback in a bad division. And when you look at the division, you have Baker, who's a veteran guy and has won some. And on the other side, it's Shuck and Bryce Young and Michael Penix, who have not won anything. Now, I know the Panthers won the division this year as a 500 football team. But, you could see the giant disparity. Baker's a veteran guy, but maybe a lower ceiling. The other three have young guys, maybe with much higher ceilings, but certainly lower floors. Just interesting. And couple all that with what we just saw with Seattle. I mean, nobody's going to look at Sam Darnold and go, yep, MVP. Best quarterback in the league, pay him like it. But he's a Super Bowl champion. What's the goal? The goal is to win. And if you have the right roster built around the right player, you can win. It's going to be fascinating to watch what happens there with Baker and this contract. All right, it's after further review. We're brought to you by Relief Windows, reliefwindows.com. Windows, doors, siding. They do shutters too. Oh, and shades. Windows, doors, siding, shutters, and shades. Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. Remember, at Relief Windows, they will never, ever take money from you until the job's done and you're thrilled. I don't know there's many companies in the United States of America like that won't take a dollar from you. No down payment. They won't take it. They don't want a deposit. They will not take your money until they're done and you're thrilled. They take all the risk up front. There's just nobody better. It's Relief Windows. Windows, door siding, shutters, and shades. It's Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. Okay, do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference, the Texas Longhorns.
Arch Manning has not been a full participant in spring so far. Steve Sarkisian said that was the plan. But apparently Arch is trending in the right direction. Manning, if Texas were to play a game today, said he would play. Quote, I feel 100% right now, Manning told On3. We're taking it slow, but if we had a game today, I would play.
The Florida Gators.
Alex Condon is returning to Florida for his senior season. That was a Shams bomb. Oh, man. You can't really hear it. It's on the same pot. Can you turn that one? Oh, you can't turn it down. You have to turn it off. Okay. Condon is the number 30 prospect in the ESPN Top 100. It'll be a projected first-rounder next year.
The Vanderbilt Commodores.
Vandy's hired ex-Texas coach Rodney Terry as an assistant. What you doing, Terry? Back it up, Terry! Terry's got 13 years of head coaching experience, but I just wanted to use the back it up Terry joke.
The Arkansas Razorbacks.
Arkansas has landed former Georgia guard Jeremiah Wilkinson. Not nearly as funny as the back it up Terry joke. The number 32 player in the portal, the fifth best combo guard, averaged 17 points per game leading the Bulldogs this past year.
The Georgia Bulldogs.
And Georgia has added alum Jonas Hayes as an assistant coach. Played at Georgia. Remember him from 01 to 04. Was later an assistant under Mark Fox. His brother Jarvis Hayes joined the Georgia staff last week. All right, there you have it. That is around the SEC. Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. ED treatment, hormone replacement therapy, peptide therapies. Learn more. Feel your best. Lowest prices, never any contracts, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. It's After Further Review. We'll wrap up hour number 1 next.
After Further Review.
So I was chatting with Miss Teresa earlier this week over at Clegg's. And, man, it is an awesome time to get by because we're fully transitioned now into spring. And, my goodness, they have tons of flowers and bedding plants in stock. It's flower mania right now at Clegg's. They've got, yesterday, the quad color hibiscus arrived. It's a unique blend. It's 4 different bloom colors all in the same pot. You want to talk about something beautiful next to the pool? They've got new shipments of knockout roses and drift roses that have just arrived. They're easy to grow, and there's like this nonstop explosion of blooms in your landscape. It is awesome to have. It's not too late to plant your vegetable garden. They've got Johnny Naylor seeds. Y'all just plant something. The weather's beautiful. The time is now. Buy local, shop local at Clegg's Nursery.
The Cane's Box Combo. A symphony of flavors. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith with Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan & Associates. We take great pride in educating our clients about their rights. Whether you're injured at work or while you drive, call our office at 272-5555. Knowledge is power, and you should know your rights after an injury.
Hi, I'm Sean Fagan of Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan & Associates. When insurance companies have been unfair, we've never been afraid to go to trial. Fighting hard to protect your rights, we never settle a case out of convenience. We only settle when it's right for you. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call.
Most roofers just replace your shingles. At Pelican, we diagnose your roof, digging deep down to find the root cause of your roof symptoms. Now cough for me. Good. We don't ignore your roof's issues, we address them. Let's just take care of this right here. Helping your roof to become the best version of itself. Interesting that you would say that. How does that make you feel? So call Pelican Roofing for your free roof checkup today.
Everything you need for a stunning garden is at the Plant Barn in Baton Rouge. From trees.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Coming up after Sports Center in about a dozen minutes from right now, I want to talk about one of the guys that I and many think has been really one of the surprise stars through 10 LSU spring football practices. And Lane Kiffin agreed yesterday. We're going to talk about him in about a dozen minutes from right now. I also think it's fascinating right now, this whole paradigm in college athletics, and this isn't new, but where you're seeing these veteran coaches leave college sports. And we could look at the coaches like Nick Saban and others who have looked at NIL transfer portal and said, this isn't for me, I'm done. And I think some others, Tony Vitello, looked at it and said, this is pro sports, why don't I just go coach in the pros? And so those opportunities, I think, are going to continue to be there. Ryan Day told a story a couple of weeks ago about talking to some folks at Ohio State's Pro Day where NFL people are asking, like, why are you coaching college? You're certifiably insane to coach college. Because it's basically the NFL without the structure of the NFL, of a CBA and all that sort of stuff, which makes a lot of sense. Anyway, so I think naturally there's going to be a lot of questions about premier coaches in college that might have NFL opportunities. Marcus Freeman is one of them. And there was a lot of chatter this offseason about Freeman potentially making the leap to the NFL. There were reports about the Giants. Freeman was on Bussin' with the Boys and talked about the NFL opportunities that he's had.
I don't want to give a cliche answer, but I believe this strongly. Like, with team success comes individual opportunities. And so I hope conversations like this continue to happen because that means our team is doing really, really good. I don't know. I've never coached the NFL. I was in the NFL for 1 year. I use an opportunity to figure out, like, what is being a head coach in the NFL entail? What's the differences? How do you work with GMs and the salary cap and all these different things? It was good for me to learn, but I finished the statements like, I'm as happy at this place with these group of young people, this coaching staff, this support I have in this year. Like, this is special.
There's something to be said for the grass isn't always greener. Talk about cliches, how Marcus Freeman led his answer. So I don't want to give a cliche answer, but he then gave a cliche answer about if they're talking about me, it's because the team's having success, which is true. But it's also, there's a lot, nobody's talking about Curt Cignetti going to the NFL. Like, there's got to be some connective tissue that makes sense. But Freeman also talked a little bit deeper about what he likes about coaching in college.
You get to impact their lives. Like, and that's what I love about coaching 18 to 22-year-olds. Like, you can pour in and impact 120 guys or 105 guys. And that's why, not just the starters, not just the ones that play, And I love that. That's my why, right? Why you go to work every day is to try to impact these young people. And so I'm happy, man.
Yeah.
I'm good.
It's the difference between being relational and transactional, something that we've talked about a lot with Lane Kiffin. And I think in this era of college football, being relational like Marcus Freeman, which I believe that's genuine, by the way. I don't think he's lying. I believe him. I also think that's never mattered less. Where, and I don't mean to be pessimistic here, but we've just seen it so much where there's just going to be guys who you could be the great fit, the right people, the best relationship, all that. If someone comes up and makes a multiple offer on top of what you're offering, they're going to go where the money is. It's not everybody, but that's a lot of bodies now. So it does alter the way you approach building a roster. I just think it's a really interesting time for college coaches that could potentially, in all sports, that could make the jump to the next level. All right, SportsCenter, hour 2 next.
After further review.
Hey, if you want to see 2020, call 924-2020 for the Williamson Eye Center. Or go to williamsoneye.com, williamsoneye.com for the Williamson Eye Center. Dr. Blake Williamson, his staff, they're just the best. I love telling you about the Williamson Eye Center every single time I have the opportunity. And a lot of people over the years have probably been told, maybe this is you, this was me for a lot of years, was told, yeah, you're not a candidate for LASIK. First of all, what I would tell you is, if an optometrist told you that, okay, go see an ophthalmologist. An ophthalmologist is an eye surgeon. I was told for years I wasn't a great candidate for LASIK. And the thought was, my prescription changed, or maybe there was like these little minute things. But the shape of my eye was a perfect candidate for LASIK. And so the thing that I tell you is what many of you have probably heard or said. I wish I had LASIK a decade before I did. But I'm grateful for the last 8 years to have been able to see so perfect. And I'll never go back. WilliamsonEye.com.
It's not easy to be a champion.
It's built from every swing, pitch, and game all season long. In the grind, the focus,
and in the recovery.
FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake experts provide best-in-class care for our state's world-class athletes. Because it takes a champion to care for champions.
I trust the lake to keep me at my best.
From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
At Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer, we know hard work starts with the right equipment. Right now, take advantage of the powerful 3025E tractor with loader for just $297 a month, with 0% financing for 72 months. Whether you're tackling land, property, or projects, this is the tractor built to get it done. Don't wait. This offer ends April 30th, 2026. Visit sunequip.com or stop by a Sunshine location today.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience, or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Lock Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates has won for our clients over $175 million over the decades. But our greatest success is our clients who have chosen and trusted us to help them. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call. You've got nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Sean Fagan. If you get injured, you could be staring at medical bills, repair costs, and lost income. Life can be turned upside down. At Lock Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we'll work to turn your world right side up. Hire us, and like thousands of our clients, you'll be glad you did.
If your office is experiencing performance
performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems. Is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. This just in. The NBA is investigating the trip by Charlotte's LaMelo Ball of Miami's Bam Adebayo that resulted in Adebayo leaving the play-in game last night with a lower back injury. There was no whistle. Heat coach Eric Spoelstra said after the loss, Ball should have been ejected, but officials missed the play. Play-in tournament tonight, 76ers Magic, the East 7-8 matchup. Winner is the 7th seed, faces Boston round 1 of the playoffs. The loser plays Charlotte for the 8th seed. Then a winner-go-home game in the West, 9-seed Clippers, 10-seed Warriors, 9:30 Eastern, ESPN Radio. Golden State Steph Curry among those on a minutes restriction. ESPN NBA analyst Janae Agumake.
For Steph, Porzingis, and Al Horford, anytime you're going into playoffs knowing that your stars are limited, it does not bode well. And speaking of restrictions, the guy who's not on one is Kawhi Leonard. Ever since they started 6-21, the Clippers, he's averaged 29, and he's looked like an all-NBA player. So it seems like two teams trending in different directions, and that makes it really difficult for Golden State.
Winner faces the Suns for the 8th seed. Four-time WNBA MVP A'ja Wilson, 3-year, $5 million Supermax extension to stay with Vegas.
When I want that big birthday energy, I grab Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It's Vanilla E, buttery cake flavor without the sugar, and it's easy to take anywhere. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane's studio.
Let's ride!
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
Hey, Will. Hey, bud.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You soup. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Mel Kiper has his penultimate mock draft out. We'll get to that and some draft odds for the Saints at 8. That's coming up here in about 15 minutes from right now. LSU practiced on Tuesday. They opened it to the media, so it's been interesting. After in my opinion, what has been really interesting is after the first 8 practices of spring. Media had access to 7 of the 8, but our access was limited. We got to watch about 25 minutes. One very short team period, mostly individual work. So a lot of what you could see was just visual, meaning who's there, who's not, who physically looks good, who doesn't. Is anyone limited? Trades Green in a gold no-contact jersey, Whit Weeks not participating. You get the point. Like the hurry-up period, the quick 6, as they call it, the 11-on-11 period. Devin Harper was running at left guard. They made the switch last week to Bo Bordelon. That sort of stuff. It's really hard to draw any conclusions to anything otherwise. Well, you do your best, and then Saturday we get to go watch a scrimmage. 2.5 hours in Tiger Stadium, more than 100 plays. We get to watch the whole thing. Well, now you can extrapolate more. And then from that, but it was just one practice, then we go Tuesday and get to watch the whole practice. And you get to see individuals in team periods and goal line and short yardage and 11-on-11 and 7-on-7, a lot of different stuff. And now you can either confirm or disconfirm opinions or further build a case for something because your sample size is growing. That makes sense, right? Like the more information you have, like the better you can support or discredit whatever your thesis may be. Well, one of the things that I think I and many who have gone and watched this team practice in the limited and then larger sample size have sort of deduced is Dylan Jones, the running back transfer from Wisconsin, looks really good. And a big part of it, and if you were to go back and listen to quite literally the first practice report from the first day of spring when we got to go out there, one of the first observations I made, keeping in mind this was before they even had on shoulder pads, it was helmets, jerseys, and shorts. One of the things that was very obvious from jump was that Dylan Jones was different physically from all the other running backs. They have him listed at 5'11", 211. Sometimes those heights and weights on the roster give the player too much credit. Like Ole Miss lists Trinidad Chambliss at 6'1". If Trinidad Chambliss is 6'1", then I have a full head of hair. Okay, let's be honest about some things. I think Dylan Jones is bigger than 5'11", 211. But you look at Harlem Berry, who they have at 5'10", 187. Look, I've stood next to Harlem. I've interviewed him. I've been with him, next to him on the field, away from the field. He's been in the studio. I don't think Harlem Berry's 5'10". They got Stacey Gage at 5'10", 206. That's generous. Rod Gainey, 5'9", 183. Racine Guillory, the transfer from Utah, 5'10", 179. Caden Durham, 5'9", 200. Maybe a big part of why Jones looks bigger is because he's next to guys that are 5'8", 5'9". And so when he's 5'11", and he's 3-4 inches taller than those guys, like it shows. So that's one thing, right? Just if you don't see them run a single drill, you can walk out there and go, 13's bigger than all those guys. And he is. So he's he is put together. Like his legs are bigger, his torso is bigger, his arms are bigger. He's bigger. He's just a bigger guy than all the other ones. And then, so you notice that, and then you start to watch some of the team periods. And he's taking some of the reps with the ones. And so you're like, okay, well, there's Jones and Berry and Gage and Gainey and Guillory and Durham. That's 6 scholarship running backs, including 4 that they got out of the portal, adding to it Berry and Durham. And you go, all right, well, if 13 is there rotating with Berry and Durham, well, that means 13 is sort of ascended ahead of the other transfers. So you can start to deduce these things, right? Like this is all without Lane Kiffin saying anything. It's just us watching the smaller sample size. And then on Tuesday, we go out there, and they're running the short yardage goal line period. If you missed it, we talked about this in the practice report, but they ran a short yardage goal line period. So they started at midfield, and they ran a 3rd and 3, and then a 4th and 1. And then they went to the goal line and ran 1st and goal from the 5, 2nd and goal from the 3, 3rd and goal from the 2. So they ran 5 plays. And Dylan Jones was taking carries on the 2 play on, 1st and, 3rd and 3rd and 2 at midfield. There was a 4th and 1 play where they hand it off to him between the tackles and he gets 2 yards. And they go run at the goal line. And there was a short yardage period where they're at the 10-yard line. And he scored twice taking handoffs from the 10. Once he hit a guy, did a spin move, got into the end zone. Another time he hits a guy, bounces right, and gets to the pylon. You can go, okay, this guy looks different than all of them. And, my eyes aren't deceiving me. He's doing things the other guys aren't doing. Now, that's not to say the other backs don't have a great skill set. I mentioned this yesterday. Tuesday, there was a play in that same short yardage period where they gave Harlem Berry a carry, and he wiggled through the line of scrimmage and, boo, afterburners. 40 yards out, touchdown. 2 defensive backs were converging. They took a bad angle because they totally misjudged Harlem Berry's speed. He went, boom, right, split him and scored 40 yards out. Dylan Jones ain't doing that. So just different skill sets, but effective either way that it goes. And so, like, I think we've all said this over the 10 practices that we've seen. And then on Tuesday, we're meeting with Lane Kiffin after practice, and he's asked specifically about Dylan Jones, and he goes, yeah, sure.
He looks really good, has come in and been good in protection, been good in his vision, his feet, running the ball, and has been really a bright spot. Like I said, where offensively we've struggled to find those. And obviously, again, the tackling part, is a difference in that position specifically. But for a guy that wasn't a headliner, he's played like it. And that's really critical, because that spot is extremely critical to have somebody or a number of people that, again, just like the quarterback spot, makes the plays when everybody's not blocked up and makes the significant plays. And he's done that.
I mean, it's very obvious, and one that I think is very encouraging. What I am going to be most interested to see is how this offense manages the running game. Lane Kiffin last week talked about the importance of it. This was it. This was Lane Kiffin last week talking about the importance of improving the running game.
Really high on our list. Very big challenge to get that fixed, and that takes a lot of things. It's a system thing, it's a personnel thing, and so getting here and going to work on that. And in my opinion, you can't run the ball. You got problems, not just offensively, but as a team. It's just part of your personality, and we've always really stressed that. Over time, we've run the ball as well as anybody over the years, the last two places we've been, and it's looked different with different types of running backs. So, like you alluded to, major issue last year and really for a few years here. And so that's high on our list because it sets up everything. Everybody knows that sets up throwing the ball and play action, but to me, it sets your whole team up.
Okay, so we know they got to run the ball. That's always been a Kiffin thing. Like, as much as we talk about the tempo and people assume they're pass happy, they always run the football very well at Ole Miss and everywhere Kiffin has been. The difference is, in 6 years at Ole Miss, in 5 of the 6 years, the second leading rusher was the quarterback. Like, they generally have a bell cow and then the quarterback. His second year at Ole Miss, was 2021, was a year where they really divvied up those reps among 4 players, 3 running backs and the quarterback. It was Jerrion Ely, who had 133 rushes. Snoop Connor had 130. Matt Corral, actually, the quarterback, had the most rushing attempts, but was the third leading rusher at 152 attempts. And then Henry Parrish had 105. So they had 4 that had over 100 rushing attempts. That could be the case this year with Berry, Durham, Jones, and then Sam Leavitt. Like, that could be the case this year at LSU. But if that is the case, it's probably an outlier given the history of Lane with his running backs. He generally likes to lean on one guy. And sometimes it's a guy that you're not really expecting to be that guy. Because I know we are all very impressed with what Kewan Lacey did last year at Ole Miss, and you should be. He was an All-American. He ran for 1,500 yards last year. He was great, averaged 5 yards a carry. He had 306 rushing attempts. But what we lose sight of sometimes with Kewan Lacey is he didn't go to Ole Miss with this history of being a dominant back. As a freshman at Missouri a year prior, he ran the ball 23 times. Not in a game, in the season. This was a nobody. Went to Missouri, ran the ball 23 times as a freshman, goes to Ole Miss, All-American. So sometimes it just takes the right person in the right system. So when you look at Dylan Jones, again, you're talking about a guy who comes from Wisconsin, who redshirted as a freshman in 2024, and then last year in 2025, he started 7 games and then was lost for the rest of the season on account of turf toe. Yes, he had a toe. It was very disappointing. It was very disappointing that Dylan Jones had a toe.
A toe is always very disappointing, and it can really cost you.
He had a toe. The toe cost him.
Looks like he's doing okay, though. He doesn't have the toe anymore.
He does not have a toe anymore.
There you go.
He had the toe. Doesn't have the toe anymore.
It's good. It's good for LSU.
Full go.
Full go.
No toe for Dylan Jones. Anyway, love talking about toes. You got a toe. Dylan Jones. Through 10 practices, definitely a bright spot. 13, get used to the name and the number. I'll tell you one more offensively is Malik Elsie, 88, receiver from Illinois. Those two, I would say, have been the biggest splash newcomers that I've noticed. We're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. Love telling you about our friends at South Point Volkswagen because I've been a customer for 15 years now at South Point Volkswagen. Whenever we started endorsing South Point, I've told you the story many times. I said, before I endorse you, I want to drive every different model that you have. I'd never driven a Volkswagen before. Went and drove every single model that they had, fell in love with it. It's all Erica and I drive now. She has an Atlas. I have a Cross Sport. I've driven the CC. I've driven a Passat. I've driven the Atlas before I had the Cross Sport. I love it. If you want a sedan, if you want a compact, mid-size, full-size SUV, they got everything you can imagine. And they'll always give you a great deal. Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer is South Point Volkswagen. Airline just north of Highlander, southpointvw.com. South Point Volkswagen, what's your direction? All right, y'all, it's after further review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. Hump Day Show is brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. We're going to knock out a quick break. Yesterday, we did talk a little bit about Zion Williamson. We played his comments from his end-of-season press conference. Joe Dumars also met with reporters, so I want to get to that in about 15 minutes from right now with the Pels GM. Had to say about the future of the organization. We'll do that. But when we come back, Mel Kiper's penultimate mock draft is out. Many of you have seen it by now. What he's got the Saints doing at 8, where he's got Mansour Delane going. It's a 2-round mock. We'll get to that next on AFR.
AFR.
And our Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Listen, I say it often, I know. Funny name, funny logo. I get it. It's attention grabbing. It works. But they're more than just ED. If you have ED, they've got options for you. More than just the pills. They got pills. They got injections. They've got topical. They got so many different options if you do struggle with ED. But it's so much more. Hormone replacement therapy is something that has become so commonplace, so mainstream now. I love that the stigma is removed from that, and I strongly recommend that you go get your blood labs tested. Because so often you don't know how bad you feel until you start feeling good again. You want to have better waking energy. You want to clear brain fog, have energy throughout the day, be able to burn fat, build muscle, better libido, everything like you did when you were in your 20s. It's possible. Lowest prices, never any contracts. It's Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. YourGoodwood.com.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient, and the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit louisianapropane.com.
At Raising Cane's, we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, and salt every fry. Because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings
Tell you every day about River Parish Contractors. I had a great convo earlier today, actually, with my buddy Ronnie at River Parish Contractors. Got to hang out with Ronnie on Saturday. We were over the Titan Combat Championship at LeBears. Got to hang out with Ronnie and his bride. Had a great time. He's a great people. And when I tell you about River Parish Contractors, what a great business that they've run for a quarter century. The shop is there in reserve, and they do work from Chalmette to Baton Rouge and points in between. I know I've mentioned this a couple times. It's worth continuing to hammer home while they're really in a ramp-up mode. They recently bid on 4 different jobs. They were awarded the contract for all 4 of them, which means they need people. So maybe you're skilled blue-collar labor, welder, pipe fitter, crane operator, whatever it may be, and you're working at a company where maybe you work for a couple weeks and you get laid off. Well, if you want consistent work with great benefits, River Parish Contractors are going to keep you employed, and they're going to have you home for dinner every night. Apply online, rpcontractors.com, rpcontractors.com.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Uh, 40 minutes from right now, we'll announce the winner of our next Purple, Gold, and Cold prize pack winner. Hat tip to our friends over at Mockler Beverage, Bud Light, official beer of the LSU Tigers, and the official beer of AFR. They loaded us up. 5 cases of beer, the Bud Light LSU baseball jersey, some national championship koozies, some 104.5 ESPN swag. 1 winner a day, every day this week, leading you up to the A&M series. If you want to enter, all you have to do is text Drink Easy to 225-499-1045. Listen to the number, 225-499-1045, 499-1045. Text Drink Easy to 225-499-1045. You got to be 21 to win, of course, because you're winning beer here. But 225-499-1045. Text Drink Easy to 225-499-1045. We'll announce our 3rd winner coming up in about 40 minutes from right now at the top of hour number 3. 8 days away from the NFL draft. Mel Kiper has his penultimate mock draft out there. He did a 2-round mock, so the top 64 picks in the draft. And the New Orleans Saints at number 8, he's got taking Ruben Bain, the defensive end out of Miami. He notes that if the Commanders select Bain at 7, that Carnell Tate could be the pick for the New Orleans Saints, saying that the boards in Washington and New Orleans might actually look similar in this range. But he has Tate going to pick earlier to the Commanders. And also notes that there should be a lot of receiver options in round 2 to fill the void opposite of Chris Olave. So Kiper has the Saints going elite defensive player round 1 at 8 overall. And then very likely you would assume filling the receiver need in round 2. Amina Kimes, ESPN, had this to say about Bain.
Ruben Bain Jr. is a complete edge. Talked about, how he uses his size, his leverage against probably rushing the passer, but oh boy, he can play the run. I mean, the play strength, the agility, plays multiple gaps, the disruptiveness, he gets in the backfield, and then the motor, chasing guys down into the flats for the backside. It runs super hot. So if you're, drafting him, I think it comes with a comfort level knowing that you are getting an every down player who does have a high floor. I think the question is, where is the ceiling? Is he going to be a double-digit sack guy with a lack of length, maybe inhibit his numbers in that way? But I do think he can contribute immediately.
As we get closer to the draft, it's pretty clear the Saints have 2 real primary options. You either go with the best receiver available at 8, get a real true game-breaking receiver, or in a draft that is seemingly deep at receiver, you go best defensive player at 8 and get a receiver in round 2. For what it's worth, the betting favorite right now over at DraftKings to go 8 overall is Ruben Bain from Miami at plus 350. Carnell Tate and Mansour Delane, along with Jordan Tyson, are all next at plus 425. So if Bain's there, the odds makers think Bain's the pick. If not, it's do you go DB or receiver? That's sort of the options for New Orleans. Then you have a big drop-off before you get to Jermon McCoy, Another defensive back, Caleb Downs at plus 800 is there. And you got some real stretches there. Mekhi Lemon at plus 1,000, Sonny Styles at plus 1,500. It just doesn't seem like the Saints are going to go any direction other. So the question really is for New Orleans, are you going, like, where do you see the value, the greater value? Is the greater value going best receiver at 8 or best defensive player at 8, and in a draft that is deep at receiver, picking that receiver at 42? Kuiper has the Saints going with Bain at 8 and then going with the receiver at 42, in this case, KC Concepcion from Texas A&M. And he notes, Saints are giving Tyler Shuck the tools for success. They signed Travis Etienne and guard David Edwards. Still lacking the wide receiver behind Chris Olave. He notes Concepcion is elusive. Could slot in as the number 2 wideout after 919 yards and 9 touchdowns last season for Texas A&M. Now, KC Concepcion is a really intriguing prospect. Started his career at NC State. Was a highly productive player at NC State. Went into the transfer portal because he knew he could maximize value. Ends up at Texas A&M and has an incredible season. Averaged 15 yards per reception, 9 touchdowns. He is a big play threat. Here's the problem for me with Concepcion. He's Chris Olave. He's 5'11", 190. In a vacuum, I really like KC Concepcion. I would like to have him on my team. But we don't live in a vacuum. The New Orleans Saints have a bunch of small receivers. And please spare me Devon Vele. I hope Vele becomes a great receiver. But he was not productive in Denver. They traded him to New Orleans for a 7th-round pick. He stunk for the beginning of the season, had a small sample size of success, then was injured and missed the remainder of the season last year. He had 25 catches for 293 yards a season ago. I mean, if you look at the beginning of the season, he had 6 catches through the first 9. He had 6 catches in 9 games. 6 catches in 9 games. And then he went 3-8 against Miami, 3-5. He was injured and missed the rest of the season. Could he be a 60-catch guy? Sure, could. Or maybe he's the guy that catches 6 passes in 8 games. Like, I don't know. But I'm not going to take that risk, assuming, you got Vele, he's good. I want a bigger-bodied receiver. So when I look at the receivers available in this draft class that could be available for New Orleans and the options, like, it's why Carnell Tate at 8 overall is so intoxicating. Because you have the big receiver who can also fly. It's why you see that receiver projected as a top 10 potential pick in the draft. It's because he's got that rare combination of both size and the game-breaking speed. You look at some of these second-round guys, Jeremy Bernard is there as well. Again, a very productive receiver at Alabama, but a small guy. I gotta have, if you're gonna go defense at 8, great. When you go receiver at 42, which in theory you would, I just gotta see a receiver there that's got some size. Give me the 6'2" guy with real reach, with a big wingspan. What you see in a lot of those picks there around round 2 are Concepcion, Jeremy Bernard, Zachariah Branch. Really good players, productive players who could be very good players in New Orleans or anywhere in the NFL. I just think you got to be looking at somebody. It's why Chris Bell, quite honestly, the Louisville receiver who tore his ACL this past year, is so interesting to me because he is the guy that had the super high first-round ceiling and has the size and the game-breaking ability. He's just limited by injury. 6'2", 220. Like, That's a guy that looks different than any of the other receivers you have. So we'll see what direction they go. But if the Saints go defense at 8, receiver at 42, I'm good. Just need a big-bodied receiver at 42. All right, it's after further review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. We are brought to you by Parish Restoration. ParishRestoration.com. ParishRestoration.com. Kill mold, remove odor. Call Parish Restoration. Jim Woodworth, a veteran-owned business. He's an Air Force veteran. Great dude. I told you Jim's story a lot throughout the years. A guy who, when his military career ended, was in disaster relief up in New York City post 9/11, helping with the recovery efforts there. Came here after the BP oil spill. I should say came back to the Gulf Coast. Spent a lot of time actually stationed in the Gulf Coast when he was in the Air Force. But great guy and an incredible business. A patented non-toxic dry fog treatment. They'll come spray your home, your office building, any size commercial or residential building. It's ParishRestoration.com. It's more cost-effective. It's more effective. It's efficient. They can fog your home in half a day. ParishRestoration.com. ParishRestoration.com. All right, y'all, it is after further review. Thanks for hanging out with us here. Aaron Torres had to bump. He's supposed to be with us here today. Talk a little Will Wade. A lot of people have asked about Wade and the transfer portal and how that's going. It's interesting because with all of the avalanche of emotion and attention surrounding Will Wade coming to LSU, I think we anticipated there might be some early fireworks. That just hasn't happened. They've yet to land a transfer portal addition yet. And Jalen Reese is the only player from last year's team still on the roster. So you got a lot of work to do, but yet to make any additions. So we'll continue to wait and see how this may happen. Making a few calls today. I was told they're very busy and that they're hopeful with some players that are out there. It's going well with a lot of interest, but nothing confirmed yet as of adding any players via the portal. As that develops, we'll certainly keep you posted. All right. Hump Day edition of AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. All right, quick break. Come back. Joe Dumars met with reporters a day ago. Well, let's hear what the Pels GM had to say about the future of the organization, including some very direct comments about Zion's future in New Orleans. That's next. It's AFR.
AFR.
If you need to hire, you need Glow Resources. Can't say it any more plainly than that. This is not a temp staffing agency. So if you're looking for a job, don't call Glow. They'll find you. That's what I like to say. But it's glowresources.com, glowresources.com. Who they want to talk to is you, the business owner, you, the HR manager, the hiring coordinator, the ops manager. They are complete employer solutions, as they like to say. They're not looking to the employee. They're looking to you, the employer. So if you need skilled blue-collar labor, they can help you find that. If you need any type of office job, their professional placement division can help over at Glow Resources. GLO, glowresources.com, and they help businesses all over the country find employees all over the world. glowresources.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. We are honored and humbled to receive from our clients in Google, based on 5-star client reviews, the designation of our law firm is highly recommended. Whether you hire us at all, please give us a call, 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. Injuries happen when you least expect them to, making your life more complicated. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we know this, and we strive to help each of our clients during these times. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555.
Who bears the standard? Who sets the bar? It's not those satisfied by low-hanging fruit or by taking it easy. No, the standard is set by the best of us, by those who work hard. Dig deeper. Give more. At Sunshine, we're proud to provide John Deere products that work hard for you, the standard bearers. Find the dealer nearest you at sunequip.com.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
The Dreams Come True Radiothon, presented by the Baton Rouge Clinic, starts April 20th. Your donations help grant dreams for Louisiana children battling life-threatening illnesses. At $1,000, our Purple sponsors match the donations, and at $2,000, our Gold sponsors match as well. Thanks to First American Bank and Boudreaux's Electric, along with Chad's Collision, Subaru of Baton Rouge, Lewis Mechanical, Patient Plus, and River Parish Contractors for making it all happen.
We're a talented team, but we're just not consistent enough. Talent alone doesn't win. You need all of those other elements to win. So, we have talent. But if you think you're just going to roll talent out on the NBA court and that's all you need to do to win, not going to happen. And so, you asked the question, that would be my answer. Talented team, we're not consistent enough. We got to get tougher. All those things have to happen.
Joe Dumars, in his season wrap press conference, talking about the Pelicans. There's, I think there's two gigantic questions facing this team in this offseason after a 26-56 finish. By the way, at 26-56, the Pelicans were third in the division.
I'm sorry. Run that back one more time. At what?
At 26-56, the Pelicans were third in the division. Third in the division.
All right, cool. Good 30 games below 500.
And somehow, Dallas and Memphis were worse. But Dallas is actually a great test case, right? I mean, now look, they trade Luka, they get the first round draft, the first overall pick. I'm not interested in your conspiracy theories. Believe what you want, I don't care. But they Lane Cooper flag. But the point is, what we talked about, with Jake Madison a day ago, was relevant in that young talent doesn't win in the NBA. Typically, it's not until year 3 that young talent wins, which is why you can be excited about Jeremiah Fears and Derek Quinn. You should be excited about that young talent. But you're not going to win anything of significance with young talent in the NBA. The young talent's got to mature and grow and develop. So anyway, the point is you got to develop consistency through some continuity. So there's two primary questions in not having your first round pick, because this is an awful organization that did not top 10 protect their draft pick. Just every time I say it out loud, it's just nauseating. Anyway, that's when you're a terrible organization, you make terrible decisions, and that's the problem with this organization. But there's two things. Number one, it's you got to hire a coach. And number two, it's what do you do with Zion? Well, let's start with Zion. Remember, we let you hear from Zion a day ago where he said, in no uncertain terms, New Orleans is home. He wants to be here. He's been here since he was 19, loves the city, lives in the city, doesn't leave in the offseason. This is his home. He wants to be here as long as the Pelicans want him here. So, Joe Dumars, do you want Zion Williamson here? Could he be traded?
We have no intentions of doing that. You know, we're going into the offseason looking forward to Zion coming back next year and playing great again next year. But, yeah, you know, these phone calls come in and, you know, people ask about a player and you say no. And then 2 hours later, it's like, yeah, they had a conversation about a player. And I'm going, oh, that's true. But you left out maybe the most important part, which is we said no.
Makes a lot of sense. And I do agree. And you have a core. We talked about the young guys with Fears and Queen, and you still got Trey Murphy, and you have one of the best defenders in the league when he's healthy, and Herb Jones. And then obviously Zion can be a transcendent player when he's healthy and right, and he was this year, which was great to see. You know, averaged 21 points a game, played 62 games. So there is talent. I mean, Joe Dumars isn't wrong in that respect. You have to develop consistency and an identity and experience together. It wouldn't serve you to move Zion unless if you got a transcendent type player. And I don't know that Zion has that value right now because he hasn't shown the ability to be that player consistently. So if Zion stays in place, which we're all assuming he will, the other big question is about the coaching search. And here's what Dumars had to say about the coaching search.
We're going to go through this process. We're going to have a good list of guys. I'll just leave it at that and say we're going to figure out what's best for New Orleans. That's the only thing I'm really concerned about. So let me just say this. You can have someone you know for a long time that's a possible candidate, and you have a great relationship with them. But what if they're not good for the players? You know what I mean? So the idea that you know someone and that makes them a candidate, yeah, that might be good for me personally, but I'm not playing anymore. These 15 guys, you got to find who's right for those 15 guys in that building. That's the only thing that matters. All this stuff with relationships and he knew him and he played, it really doesn't matter.
It's hard to imagine James Borrego getting this job. Borrego was the head coach in Charlotte for 4 seasons. He was 138 and 168. They did make the play-in tournament his final 2 seasons in Charlotte, but never made the playoffs in those 4 years. He's 48 years old. He's been an assistant at San Antonio, with New Orleans, with the Magic, other places. And the record wasn't good with Borrego, but he took over 12 games into the season. They were 2-10. They fire Willie Green. They promote Borrego. He goes 24-46 as the head coach. But I also think it's relevant that you're talking about a guy that didn't have the opportunity to go through an entire offseason with his team. He inherited a team, and he had to build the bridge as he crossed it, so to speak, this year. What could it look like if you had an entire offseason with Borrego and his vision and the opportunity to build and grow and develop this team? So Dumars was asked about Borrego, if he's a candidate.
Yes, James Borrego is a candidate. No, we don't have a list yet in terms of ready to put it out publicly anyway. But, you know, we have internal conversations, but definitely James is a candidate for this job permanently going forward.
I think it's an easy thing to say, sure, he's a candidate, and you could even interview him, but is it just the token interview, the courtesy interview, or is there legitimacy behind his candidacy? That's the challenging part to know. My guess is that Joe Dumars is coming in here as an executive with eyes on bringing in his own guy as the president of basketball operations. It's hard to imagine when you're given the keys to the organization that you promote the assistant who was made interim after you fired the coach 12 games in. The real mistake was not firing Willie Green last year. That was the real mistake, was letting Willie Green go through another entire offseason thinking that's going to be your vision, and 12 games in the season, you cut ties. And then this whole season was wasted development of your young players and everything associated. So I would not be opposed to seeing James Borrego have an opportunity to build some consistency and develop these guys in his image and vision. Really good defensive-minded coach. that'd be exciting. Mostly because what are your options? Are you either go the retread NBA coach route, which you did with Stan Van Gundy. You go the first-time head coach route where you try to get the assistant like you did with Monty and with Alvin Gentry. I mean, I think the thing Joe Dumars said that's right is you got to find the guy that's the best fit to relate to this group of 15 players. Because I don't think you're overhauling this roster. You don't have a bunch of free agents, and you certainly have the draft capital to bring in new guys to mold within a new organization. It's who fits what these guys do well. And go try to maximize it. It'll be an interesting offseason. Hope they don't screw it up. But history shows they will. I know I'm just a ray of sunshine here today, right? That's what it is, man. They're a terrible organization. Love them in spite of themselves. We're brought to you by Shawbills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. Locations all over South Louisiana. Tell you everyday name brand tires at wholesale prices. They keep you coming back because they treat you like family. Go to ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. Charlie's Dozen, a dozen benefits extended to every vehicle in your home when you buy your tires at Shawbills. So buy the best tire on the road at the cheapest price possible, and then you get a dozen benefits like free tire rotations. And remember, they'll always repair your tires for free. Actually, whether you bought the tire at Shawbills or not, they offer free tire repairs. And I know it says with the purchase and installation of new tires, but they just do right by you. It's what Mr. Charlie said when he opened up the doors in 1968. It's the way you treat people, and you treat them right, and they're going to be loyal to you. And it's worked for nearly 6 decades. Shawbills Tire and Auto Service. ShawBillsTire.com. Shawbills. We keep you rolling. All right, y'all. Let's knock out our final break of hour number 2. When we come back, Muse will do Tigers and the Pros. A busy third hour is still staring us straight in the face. I do want to talk. Brian Kelly, by the way, if you missed it, might very well have a new job. And I want to dive into that and how maybe if you were reading the tea leaves, this wasn't actually very hard to see. Again, we'll dive into that next hour. And also, in about 15 minutes, 16 minutes from right now, Lane Kiffin said something at the end. It was the second to last question in his press conference on Tuesday. He said something that was bold, underscore, giant flashing lights statement, which gives clarity to something we said a lot during the transfer portal era, which gives you real insight into how Lane Kiffin is approaching this phase of his career. I know that's deep. I'll explain what I mean. I think you're going to enjoy this conversation. We'll do that in about 15 minutes. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
Y'all, we are officially now in pool season. We're going to get up to 90 degrees before this weekend is out. Duplessis Pools can help you put that beautiful resort-style show pool in your backyard. No matter how big, whatever custom finishes you want, Duplessis Pools can build your beautiful custom pool. Now, it's also worth noting that maybe you don't want a big, giant resort-style pool. Maybe you want a cocktail pool. Maybe you want something smaller, just something more subtle. Maybe you have a pool that needs to be renovated or remodeled. It's just dated or there's a lot of wear and tear on it. Duplessis Pools can rebuild or remodel your current pool. Just go to the website, duplessisbuilders.net, duplessisbuilders.net. Start there. They give you a 10-year workmanship warranty, and you will be thrilled with their work. duplessisbuilders.net.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Another roof gone too soon. Looks like neglect. There's no doubt about it. This is a case of poor installation. At Pelican Roofing, we don't guess. We investigate to find the real cause of your roof's problems. Call Pelican Roofing for your free roof investigation today. Case closed.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. We are honored and humbled to receive from our clients in Google, based on 5-star client reviews, the designation of our law firm is highly recommended. Whether you hire us at all, please give us a call, 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. Injuries happen when you least expect them to, making your life more complicated. At Locke Meredith Sean Fagan and Associates, we know this and we strive to help each of our clients during these times. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized, it'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Wrapping up hour 2, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Lowest prices, never any contracts. Check them out, yourgoodwood.com. Muso, Tigers of the Pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
All right, we'll start with Aaron Nola. Nola towed the rope for the Phils last night against the Cubbies. Went 5 innings, did surrender 8 hits and 3 earned. Walked 2, struck out 5.
Okay.
Got the no decision in that ball game.
And
Alex Bregman. No. Got the better of Aaron Nola a little bit last night at times. Ended up driving in 3. One of those RBI hits came off of Bregman. 3 for 5.
It came off of Bregman.
Excuse me, it came off from Nola. 3 for 5.
Bregman RBI hit came off of Bregman.
Yeah, he just
talented guy.
Like in the backyard, just threw the ball up, swung the bat. That old trick.
Guy.
3 for 5. They were all singles in the 3 RBI. The Cubs got the win 10-4.
How many of the hits came off of Nola? What?
1. Nola got him the first time around. Bregman got him the time after that.
How'd he get it?
It was a single. It was an RBI single.
No. How did Nola get
Bregman? I'm not sure, actually. I'd have to look. Let's see. Bregman did strike out once. I'd have to look at the play-by-play, though. Kevin Gausman was on the bump for the No. For the Toronto Blue Jays, 5 innings, 3 earned for him as well. Struck out 5. Also got a no decision, but the Jays did win that game. Get started on some minor league baseball. Tommy White is off to a blistering start. I actually don't know where he went to high school, but it was in Florida. He was 1 for 3, hitting .372 though so far in the A's organization in Double-A. The one was a single. It drove in a run, and he would later come around to score as well. Dylan Cruz is in minor league baseball right now. Started the season at AAA with the Red Wings in the Nationals organization. 1 for 5 a night ago. That was a single, punched out twice as well. He's hitting .245. And NBA play-in action tonight. Trendon Watford will be in action with the Philadelphia 76ers as they host the Orlando Magic. That's Tigers in the Pros.
Presented by First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com, firstsouthland.com. Thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. You look at the calendar. You see what today is, Muse? What's today? What's the date today?
April 15th.
You know what that is?
Tax day.
Ooh. Who else hates taxes?
Yeah, I do. My hand's in the air.
And my hand's in the air. People are like, oh, it's American to pay taxes. No, it's not. We're a country founded upon hating taxes. We had a bunch of people that threw tea in a harbor because they hated taxes. We didn't institute the tax code until this century. Well, I guess early 1900s. Whatever. All that to say, still got to pay taxes. And sometimes you're looking for tax opportunities. Look, and owning recreational timber property could certainly be a great tax benefit. So talk to your CPA, see if that would make sense, and then call First South Farm Credit. FirstSouthland.com, FirstSouthland.com. Thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. Nola struck out Bregman in the first, by the way. Cali High!
AFR.
But I do love Bregman. All right, it's after further review. Hour number 3, staring you straight in the face. We are brought to you by Arco Power Systems, ARCCO, Arco.com, ARCCO, 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 and Arco was their name. Oh, I'm just giving away free marketing advice here. I mean, don't you think they should do that? I think that would be smart.
Yeah, no, I need to hear that jingle like on our airwaves.
Mr. Toby Tomplay could do it.
He absolutely could.
There was a generator company. Arco was their name. Oh, ARCCO. No, I better stop that. They're going to be like, oh, we are dropping this sponsorship immediately. Hey, here's what you need to know. Everything they do is turnkey. They're an awesome company. This is industrial Generac generator power. So it's standby generators, but not for your home. It's standby generators for your business. What business? Any business, any size. Industrial facilities, municipalities, sell, service, rent. They do it all. Install Arco.com. Arco.com.
The Cane's Box Combo. A symphony of flavors. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
I'm lawyer Collins Locke Meredith. Among the most important factors to consider when you're hiring an injury attorney is trust. You trust your attorney will put your interest first, treat you with respect, fairness, and honesty. You trust them to be there for you when you need them. At Lock Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, thousands of clients have trusted us to represent them, and for good reasons. Please visit us at lockmeredith.com to learn more, and whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. The NBA is investigating the trip by Charlotte's LaMelo Ball of Miami's Bam Adebayo that resulted in Adebayo leaving last night's play-in game with a lower back injury. No whistle on the play. Head coach Eric Spoelstra said after the loss, Ball should have been ejected, but officials missed that play. In the East 7-8 game tonight, 76ers Magic. Winner claims the 7 seed. Loser takes on Charlotte for 8. Guard Steph Curry, who's dealt with knee injuries, on a minutes restriction for the Warriors in the 9-10 West matchup at the Clippers. ESPN's Kendrick Perkins gives Golden State about a 15% chance to win.
That's how much confidence I have in the Clippers and Ty Lue and also Kawhi Leonard. This man has been playing at an MVP level since the All-Star break. But when you talk about how he's able to take control over a game and dominate a game, it's not just him on the offensive side, it's him defensively because he defends at a high level.
Kendrick Perkins on NBA Today. Warriors-Clippers, 9:30 Eastern, ESPN Radio. The winner meets the Suns for 8th in the Western Conference.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's rock!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Yusuf. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. And oh, by the way, it's a hump day. Hey.
It's hump day.
Hey, man.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Let's hump, everybody.
Hump day.
Let's hump, comma, everybody.
It's hump day.
Punctuation matters, kids.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Doesn't mean you're a grammar nerd.
Hump day.
Doesn't mean you're a grammar Nazi.
It's hump day.
I said the word Nazi.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Cancel me.
Hump day.
Don't do that.
It's hump day.
Just pointing out that grammar matters.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
LSU baseball got a win yesterday.
Hump day.
Talked some draft with Dalton Wasserman.
It's hump day.
Taylor Calandro no-showed us again.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
We talked about Dylan Jones.
Hump day.
Former Wisconsin running back.
It's hump day.
Rising star.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
All-American.
Hump day.
Write it down.
It's hump day.
Predicting it right here.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
All-American.
Hump day.
Unless he's not.
It's hump day.
In which case, we're not going to talk about this.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Save the clip, Muse.
Hump day.
Unless he's not an All-American.
It's hump day.
And then delete it.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Does Brian Kelly have a new job?
Hump day.
We'll talk about that.
It's hump day.
In 15 minutes.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Joe Dumars.
Hump day.
Needs to hire a coach.
It's hump day.
Joe Dumars.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Not a good executive.
Hump day.
The Pelicans.
It's hump day.
Bad organization.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Joe Dumars.
Hump day.
Likely to screw it up.
It's hump day.
The NFL draft.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
In 8 days.
Hump day.
Mel Kiper.
It's hump day.
Projecting the Saints to pick Bain.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Ruben Bain.
Hump day.
Miami.
It's hump day.
And Casey Concepcion.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Texas A&M.
Hump day.
Miami and Texas A&M.
It's hump day.
Played in the college football playoff.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Bain and Concepcion.
Hump day.
One-time rivals.
It's hump day.
Potential future teammates.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
According to Mel Kiper.
Hump day.
All right, let's get going. We got a lot to do here in our final hour. We're glad you're here. Otter will be here for Otterlocks at the end of the hour. As we've gotten to listen to Lane Kiffin since he's been hired, one of my observations to you has been that I think he's very thoughtful. Not in the sense that he's considerate of the feelings of others, thoughtful in that he actually thinks very much about what he says, how he communicates to and through the media. I believe very much, as I'm getting to know Lane Kiffin, that he is one person in real life. He is one person how he expresses himself on social media. He is one person maybe different on how he talks to the media in different press conferences and other availability. It's just been very educational learning all of this about Lane Kiffin. One of the things I've told you is that I think, and we've pointed out several examples of this, where Kiffin is asked a question, but whatever he wants you to know, and me, like you and me, to us to know, he is going to make sure, no matter what you asked, that he gets whatever his message is out there. An example I gave you last week is when he was asked specifically about the offensive line. This was last Tuesday after the scrimmage we didn't get to see. And he was asked a question very specifically about the offensive line. And like the first 7 seconds of the answer was about the offensive line. And the next 45 seconds of the answer was all about how the defense is ahead of the offense. Remember he said we would be a defensive football team. Has nothing to do with it was about position battles on the offensive line. And the answer had nothing to do with that. It was what he wanted to talk about. So I found it really interesting on Tuesday when Kiffin was meeting with reporters. He was asked early in the press conference about tight ends, and he gave an answer about their numbers at tight end and how they recruit the position and big bodies and Trades being there and all the depth, and they want more depth and whatever. Well, later in the press conference, it was Michael Cobble who was asking the question, circled back to tight ends. I'm going to play the question only because I think it's important to illustrate what I'm saying. You need to hear the question before you hear the answer, okay? So this was the question for Michael Cobble this was the follow-up to the tight end question. This was the follow-up question that Michael Cobble asked Lane Kiffin of tight ends.
And then just back to the tight ends, because you can't keep them and grow them, do you go looking for skill sets that you can kind of plug and play?
Okay, that was the question. And, he talked about how, with transfers and stuff like that, guys can leave early. Do you look for skill sets? Because you can't keep them and grow them. Do you look for skill sets? That was the question about tight end. The question was about tight end skill sets. Remember, Lane Kiffin's going to tell you whatever he wants you to know. This was his answer about tight end skill sets.
I challenge our guys to make sure we evaluate who they are really, really well. Who is the player as they're coming out of high school? What is their mindset? How competitive are they? Because what's going to happen is most likely it's not going to go like they want in the first year. And then get into your analytics of, okay, well, if they're going to, or you're going to pay them, and then they're going to leave after year one, then what did you really get out of them from a business sense versus the money going somewhere else? So I really try to find that in tight ends, but in all of our players, okay, who really are they in nowadays setup that it is, so that they are competitive enough that this is the place they want to be at, and are they going to stay through some adversity, which is what they need to play through too as a good player. So obviously character was always part of the evaluation, but I've moved it a lot higher now because of the ability to leave, where before you got the 17-year-old, well, he was really stuck with you for 4 years. So he had to eventually buy Henry, which just was never going to play. Now they really don't have to. They just go somewhere else.
The question was about looking for a skill set with tight ends. That had nothing to do with skill sets for tight ends. That was all about how Lane Kiffin evaluates talent now, and his staff evaluates talent now. And you know who he was talking to? He wasn't answering Michael Cobble's question. He wasn't talking to you or me. In that answer, Lane Kiffin was talking to every player that could potentially want to come play for him at LSU to say, hey, I'm more interested. Yeah, I need good players, but I need dudes that want to come here and want to be a part of this. Because if I keep recruiting guys that are blue chips, you pay them to get here, and they leave after a year, what did you get? Nothing. So why even bother with high school recruiting? This is the point that I made over and over about Brian Kelly's approach, which was recruit and develop, whereas Kiffin was the quote-unquote portal king. The problem with Brian Kelly's recruit and develop strategy is guys don't stay. Look, this is the 2024 signing class, okay? The class that's going into their junior years, their third years in college. LSU signed 29 guys. Dom McKinley's still here. Trey'Dez Green is still here. Deshaun Spears is still here. That's great. The top three guys in the class are all still here. Kylan Billiot, gone. Jelani Watkins, gone. Caden Durham, still here. Weston Davis, still here. Cohen Eccles, gone. Tylen Singleton, still here. Michael Turner, still here. Juwan Johnson's gone. Kalaj Cobbins, still hanging around. Devon Keys is here. Joel Rogers is gone. Colin Hurley's gone. Gabe Relaford's here but injured. C.J. Jackson. Kyrie Lee's gone. Ethan Callaway's gone. Bernard Causey's gone. P.J. Woodland's still here. Joe Cryer signed and never showed up. Sean Washington's still hanging around. Wallace Foster's gone. Ahmad Bro's gone. Ori Williams is gone. Demyron Johnson's gone. Aaron Burrell's gone. More than half your class didn't even make it to their third year on campus. So what Lane Kiffin is saying is what we heard. Do you remember this? All throughout the transfer portal cycle. If you follow the show, if you listen every day, or if you were listening at all or following any of our content during that transfer portal cycle, one of the things we said throughout that transfer portal cycle that I was relaying to you that I was heard. I don't know this firsthand because at this point in January, I hadn't had a conversation with Lane Kiffin or met Billy Glasscock. I hadn't been in the facility to see any of this. But I talked to a lot of players, and I talked to family members of players, and I talked to high school coaches and to agents and other staff members and administrators, a lot of people who had been in the building and met with Lane and met with Billy Glasscock. And the thing that all of them said pretty consistently was, Billy Glasscock is so smart. They rave about Billy Glasscock. And the other thing is how impressive the evaluation process is by this staff. Because it's not just height, weight, 40 time. It's everything. It's evaluation and valuation. How much of your cap do you want to put in that position? And of that number, how much do you commit to top-tier players? Kiffin talked about this pretty candidly the other day about receivers. They didn't go after they didn't want to be, he said, top-heavy at receiver. I mean, you're a turned ankle away. You go spend $3.5 million on Cam Coleman. Awesome. Turns his ankle, then what? What do you have left? So they went and got 10 guys and said, let's go get 10 that we like, their skill sets, that have been productive college players we think fit our scheme. And of those 10, hopefully 4 to 6 emerge and can be really impactful guys. That's an evaluation. How do they fit what you want to do? Will they stay? What does it cost? Are they good locker room guys, good team guys? I'm going to tell you one thing that I've heard from staff members right now, but I'll stay on the receiver group. One thing, I don't mind sharing this with you. They said this year's receiver group is not nearly as talented as a year ago. When you had Aaron Anderson and Berrien Brown and Nick Anderson and Xavier Thomas. I mean, you had dudes in that receiver group a year ago. Now, you weren't productive in your pass game, but what was also relayed is you didn't necessarily have great team guys, and this group are higher, like, character team guys. Maybe not the 4-3 for the Berrien Brown burner, right? And look, maybe a lot of that was frustration a year ago because a lot of those guys had a lot riding on last season. It went very poorly. But it said this group of receivers, not as talented as that one, but man, their buy-in, their motivation, their work ethic, everything for these guys, it's better than it was a year ago in that group. That's evaluation. That's part of what they want. Good locker room guys, good buy-in, good fit for their scheme, all that sort of stuff. Now, do you want the fives? Do you want Trey Green? Of course you do. But it's a balance in how they evaluate. And I don't think Lane Kiffin, when he was asked about the skill set for tight ends, and he goes on a 60-second, explanation of how they evaluate talent, having nothing to do with the skill set of the tight ends, which was the question that was asked. I think he's answering the question that way with a very specific intent, and it's not for you or for me. He's talking to Easton Royal. He's talking to Albert Simeon. He's talking to the best players in the country that have decisions to make about where they want to go to college. And what he's saying is, I don't want to pay you a bunch of money to come here for a year, it not go well for you for 1 year, and then you leave. So I want dudes that are bought in. You can't control that. You have no control over that. The rules say they can leave. So you better make sure that you're asking the right questions on the front end to minimize that exodus on the back end so you can benefit from all the effort and resource you're putting into recruiting those guys coming out of high school. Fascinating, man. It's been really fascinating watching and listening to Lane Kiffin and learning about him and how he's building his programs. It's very different from what was here. I'm not saying good, bad, right, wrong, just different. Time will tell if it's good, bad, right, wrong. The results will tell you that. But it's different. Some would say it's just different. I didn't mean to do that. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. LMFJ.com. LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. They're the best show. 9 locations all over the greater Baton Rouge area. LMFJ.com. All over Louisiana. 2 in Baton Rouge. New Orleans, Lafayette, Shreveport, and online at LMFJ.com. Gents, if you're thinking of the pop of the question, Lee Michaels, they've been helping Louisianians get engaged for 4 decades. So easy. Check them out online or just walk into the store. They specialize in the Lee Michaels experience. Amazing selection. If they don't have what you want, they'll find it. They can't find it, they'll make it. They take refunds. They want her to be thrilled and you to be the hero. So thrill her with a gift in the red box from Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. LMFJ.com. LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Speaking of the way things were, Brian Kelly might very well have a new job. You'll hear from the former LSU coach next on AFR.
After Further Review.
81 degrees in Baton Rouge. We're getting up to 90 this week. 9-0. We're getting up to 90. Have you had your preseason AC tune-up yet? If not, I want you to get out your phone right now, and I want you to call River City's 1 Hour Air. You've been putting it off. Put it off no longer. Call them right now. Here's the number. Get your phone out, or ask Siri to call it for you. 752-0001. 752-0001. 752-0001. Just call them right. And I promise you this much. When you call, it's 5:18 on a Wednesday afternoon. Call right now. You will talk to a living, breathing human being right now. It's not going to be an automated call center. You're not talking to AI. You're going to talk to a human being that will schedule your service right now. 752-0001, 752-0001. Look for the big yellow vans and trucks with the giant clock on the side. You see them all over town because they're the best. It's River City's 1 Hour Air, 752-0001.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience, or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
It's not easy to be a champion.
It's built from every swing, pitch, and game all season long. In the grind, the focus,
and in the recovery.
FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake experts provide best-in-class care for our state's world-class athletes. Because it takes a champion to care for champions.
I trust the lake to keep me at my best.
From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we know each case and client are unique, and that no two cases are the same. But one thing remains constant, and that is our passion to help our clients. After an accident, we know your life has changed, which is why we passionately fight to make you and your family whole. Remember, whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. We're here to serve you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Tiger fans want the ultimate LSU game day experience? The Hester Sports Foundation and Off the Bench are raffling off a Tiger game day full experience for LSU versus Louisiana Tech on Saturday, September 12th. One winner gets 4 LSU game tickets, pregame field passes, a game day facilities tour, and an autographed LSU number 18 Jacob Hester jerseys. Entries are just $20 and there's no limit, so the more you enter, the better your chance to win. Enter now through PayPal at paypal.com/Hester Foundation, Venmo at Hester Sports Foundation, or Cash App $Hester Foundation. Draw the winner live on Off the Bench May 1st.
Well, it looks like Brian Kelly may have found a new job. It is not coaching. It looks like Brian Kelly could very well be on his way to doing a media job. If you missed this, Brian Kelly popped up on CBS Sports and the CBS Sports Network. This was just a short clip of Brian Kelly talking about Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love here in advance of the draft.
I'm hard-pressed to find a downside with Jeremiah Love.
So the superlatives are exactly right. But this is about, in the NFL, the value of a running back being taken in the top 5. And if you ask Mike Denbrock, his offensive coordinator, who had Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors, 2 top 5 picks, he believes this is the best player he's ever had. So I think that puts it in perspective in terms of the value that he brings to any NFL roster. Narrative.
So I thought Brian Kelly did well, and I don't think that's any surprise. BK was generally outstanding with the media. You've heard me talk about that. I think everybody who covered him would probably say the same. There are the memed moments where he banged the table in Vegas after the USC loss. There was the interaction with Cobble where he yelled at him for being spoiled. And I think my opinion of Brian Kelly throughout his time at LSU, it was very interesting covering him, not having known Brian Kelly before he became the coach, just having like a surface level from a distance awareness of him, sort of the angry, red-faced, yelling guy that you'd see on the sideline. My experience getting to know Brian Kelly was a 180 of that. He was on a professional level, right, covering his program. He was outstanding to work with. He was welcoming. He was generous with his time. He was respectful of the job we had to do. He gave us amazing access. So all that to say, I don't think there's any surprise that Kelly would transition into media and do quite well doing it. I mean, he's got a background in political campaigns, public relations, all that sort of stuff. So it's something that I think would be very natural for him that to say. And sometimes, I tell you this often, Mike D used to use the lines they're not going to write the story for you, but if you're listening, they'll tell you. And throughout the course of this season, we might have dropped a few breadcrumbs that this was possible for BK. Now, to be very clear, I'm not operating here with revisionist history. I did not think that Brian Kelly was going to be fired this year in any way. Every conversation I had with administrators and boosters, they were adamant they were not paying the buyout. And clearly, the avalanche came after Texas A&M. The governor intervened in all the stuff that we saw after the Woodward decision and everything, and they made the decision. Gordon was here. It got to a point where I think Gordon said it best. It got to the point, could you afford not to fire? But again, all that to say, hand in air, I said 8-4 would be a cataclysmic failure, but even with that, they would not fire Brian Kelly. They fired Brian Kelly, okay? So I'm not going back and saying anything different. I did not think they were going to fire Brian Kelly based on every conversation that I had. They still fired Brian Kelly. One of the conversations we had, though, after the Vanderbilt loss, and I went and pulled this audio, just sort of as an illustration. I remember after LSU lost to Vandy, and if you remember this, I was on that trip. It was the Our Lady of the Lake trip. We did the show in Nashville. There was also the Board of Supervisors trip. So the members of the LSU Board of Supervisors, they make one road trip a year. They do a board dinner, and they go and they wear their purple board jackets on the field before the game and all that sort of stuff. Well, that was the board trip it was the Vanderbilt game this year in Nashville. And even after LSU lost that game to Nashville, what was told me was there was no appetite to pay a $54 million buyout. That was after that loss to Vanderbilt. Well, we know what happened. They went on a losing streak. They got blown out by Texas A&M, and then Brian Kelly was fired. Anyway, the Monday after that Vanderbilt loss, and people started to talk about firing, we brought up his contract and mitigation. And I said this, there is mitigation, so that number would be offset if he got another job. By the way, that number would be offset if he got a media job as well. Same day, I told you that while I did not think that he would be fired, I thought there was a way that LSU and BK could part after the season. This is what I said. So you have a disappointing year. You come up short. Fans are dogpiling on you. Pressure's ratcheting up. You never wanted this style anyway. You like to recruit and develop. Do you say at this point, I'm good? Go do TV like Nick's doing. Sometimes, to steal a line from Mike D, you'll tell the story without telling you. Throughout the course of this season, which is one of the interesting things that LSU fired Brian Kelly and went the way they did. And it's worked out because it went the way that it did, and you got Lane Kiffin and all that sort of stuff. But one of the interesting things about, as I think back to this conversation, is, and at this point, it's what it is. I mean, Brian Kelly's gone, Lane Kiffin's here. We could have these conversations. But there was chatter throughout the agent world this season, this past football season, about Brian Kelly, his agent, sort of gauging interest in media jobs. Now, I want to be very clear. Brian Kelly did not tell me that. Brian Kelly's agent did not tell me that. So I'm not telling you I have firsthand knowledge of this. What I'm telling you is that people deeply rooted in that industry that I trust had started saying, man, we're hearing this conversation. And I think sometimes that happens, not necessarily that Brian Kelly was looking to leave LSU, like looking for the escape hatch, but I think a good agent is always looking for options and opportunities for their client. And I think it was very natural to assume Brian Kelly was all in last year on that team. Remember, Brian Kelly paid $1 million of his own money to fund the collective last year. Say whatever you want. That man was in last year. Put up $1 million of his own money. And you could say whatever you want about Willie's rich. It don't matter. $1 million, $1 million. That dude put up $1 million of his own money to fund that roster last year, to buy players. He was in. It didn't go well. All that to say, like, I think this was probably an inevitable end, even if it wasn't after last season. Like, even if LSU didn't fire Kelly and he came back for another year, I don't think he was going to finish it. Even if he had the option, I don't think he was going to finish his contract. This is, by the way, just my opinion. I'm not reporting anything. I'm just giving you my opinion. I think this is the path that he was going to go, TV. So for LSU, if in fact Kelly has signed a contract with CBS Sports, which I don't know that that's confirmed yet, he popped up on CBS Sports. He did very well. And I think be it CBS or ESPN or Fox or wherever, I think a network would be smart to hire him because he'd be very good on TV. He's got a ton of experience. That money, whatever he is making in his TV job, will offset the $50 million buyout that LSU owes him. Now, it's certainly not going to be what he would have gotten had he gone and coached at a major college program somewhere if that opportunity ever presented itself, but it is something that will offset Brian Kelly's buyout should he, in fact, be working as a TV analyst this year in college football. So something to follow there. All right, it's After Further Review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. We're brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. You get Evermore at Rouse's. You get so many amazing products at Rouse's. And when you go shop at Rouse's, I always encourage you to look for the Rouse's branded products. That red R with the circle. Because Rouse's, such a cool thing a couple of years ago, they had a media day where they invited all the media that they have relationships with to come and learn more about Rouse's, and every department head spoke, and it was really cool. And one of the things that Donnie Rouse talked about was the great lengths that they go to when they have Rouse's branded products to use Louisiana products, Louisiana ingredients, support Louisiana companies. So I always encourage you, man, go to Rouse's and buy Rouse's branded products as well. You'll save money and you're supporting great Louisiana businesses. It's Rouse's, the official supermarket of the Saints. It got Louisiana crawfish live and boiled. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Rouse's. This feels like home. All right, y'all, it's After Further Review. We're glad you're trucking along. Otter will be here in about 15 minutes from right now. Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. If you miss anything, remember you can always email us, tweet us, or text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. You can text our station line as well at 225-499-1045, 225-499-1045. Well, now I got a quick break and continue here on a Hump Day edition of AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness.
After further review.
I had lunch today at Watermark Baton Rouge. Milford's on 3rd. Tell you about it all the time. Watermark, downtown Baton Rouge, one of Baton Rouge's premier hotel property. It's on the corner of Convention and 3rd, and there's 2 dining options at Watermark Baton Rouge. There's the Gregory, which we talk about all the time. Amazing, gorgeous, upscale dining experience right there in the lobby. The lobby bar Fix. They've got that charcoal oven indoor. It's a charcoal oven indoors. I mean, there's amazing aromas just waft through the lobby. It's awesome. But also, if you can go through the lobby or from 3rd Street to Milford's on 3rd. They say it's a New York-style deli with a Louisiana flair. Milford's on 3rd. It's a deli sandwich. I had the Milford. Incredible hot pastrami sandwich. Casual. They have grab-and-go options as well. Check them out. It's at Watermark, Baton Rouge.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit LouisianaPropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
At Raising Cane's, we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, and salt every fry. Because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
All right, we got our winner. What? Oh, sorry, I thought you said something.
I was like, hey, all right. We got a name this time?
Yes.
Hey-o.
Shout out to a drum roll over there. Give me a drum roll. See what we got. The winner is.
I didn't have it pulled up. this is a great reference, too. It's just two birds, one stone.
Today's winner is Owen Thorgson. What a babe. Owen Thorgson is our winner today. And yesterday's winner was Joe Gonzalez.
Man, it wasn't Jerry?
No.
Dang.
Knew it started with a J, though.
Yeah. That could have been a G, but I'm going to go with J. Jerry with a J.
Jerry with a J. Jerry with a J. So Joe Gonzalez yesterday. Owen Thorgson is our winner today. Shout out to our friends over at Mockler Beverage, Bud Light. They hooked us up with some prize packs this week, leading up to LSU's return to the box. Thank goodness, man. After a couple of weekends away at Tennessee and Ole Miss, we'll finally get back to the friendly confines of Alec Box Stadium and a big weekend with the Aggies coming in. But our friends over at Mockler Beverage and Bud Light gave us 5 cases of the LSU aluminum bottles, an LSU Bud Light jersey to give away each day this week. Put that up, Paul, if you can. Some National Championship koozies. It's the Purple, Gold, and Cold giveaway. So they gave us 5 prize packs to give away, 1 a day. So we're 3 days in. We'll do 2 more, so obviously Thursday and Friday. And if you can only enter once, but if you entered earlier in the week, you're still in. So no worries. You don't need to keep doing it. You can only enter once. So we'll keep hitting the randomizer. We'll pick 2 more winners, 1 Thursday and 1 Friday. If you want to enter, all you have to do is text Drink Easy to our station text line. It's 225-499-1045, 499-1045. A lot of you keep texting my text line. I know this is confusing. I know. I've taken money out of my own wallet for years and paid for a text line. Our radio station now has a text line that we can all use, all the shows. So what I'm giving you now is the radio station text line that you can still use mine, but if you want to enter this giveaway, you have to text the radio station text line, which is 225-499-1045. So I'd highly recommend that you text that, save it in your phone, and if you text LSN, as in LouisianaSports.net, that's how we refer to it around here, LSN. If you text LSN to that number, you can opt in for updates. So whenever we have breaking news, boom, we'll text you breaking news updates as well. 225-499-1045, 499-1045. All right, let's after further review. So the LSU Tigers do return home to take on the Aggies this weekend. Jay Johnson, pitching last night against Northwestern State was very good. They gave up 5 hits. They only walked 2. They did not hit a batter. It was very nice to see them actually have some success throwing the ball over the plate. Jay was asked if pitching can be contagious like hitting. What a question.
I don't think there should be, because it's you have the ball. You are in control of your performance. Like, there's no what somebody did before. Now, can we help them out by, like I said, Zach, Grant, 2 different looks? Yes. And we try to do that. But, you're in control of your performance. Kind of that momentum in baseball is the next day's starting pitcher. Well, momentum in the game is the next guy that toes the rubber for the mound. And that's what they're capable of. And they need to do that more often.
Yeah. I'm trying to be rude, but who asked that question? Who asked that question? Anyway, was that a reporter or was that like the post-game interview? If it was a post-game interview, then I get it.
No, that was post-game press conference. Yeah, it was a reporter.
It's pitching. No.
Be great if it was.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be great if it was, man.
Yeah. But no. Our conversation yesterday with Todd Walker was so spot on. And I'm going to oversimplify it. But Todd effectively said, look, in a different era of baseball, if you're struggling with walking guys, then you throw fastballs for strikes and you make them hit it because they're going to get themselves out. This team, and we don't have the benefit of looking at all of the splits. I wish I did, but I don't have the benefit of looking at data to show you how many times LSU has thrown a fastball in a 2-2 count or a 3-1 count, or if they've gone slider or changeup. I don't have that data. I wish they have it. I wish I could. Because it would illustrate the point. Because if you're in a 3-ball count, what's the highest probability pitch that you're going to throw for a strike? It's a fastball. Generally, it's a straight pitch. Just zoom it in there, Henry. Zoom it. I mean, it's just, there are far less variables. Grip, rotation, spin. Like locating the fastball, in theory, should be the easiest pitch. But LSU doesn't throw a lot of, there's been too many times in 3-ball counts they're not throwing fastballs. So I could look at Nate Yeske and say, man, why are you not calling fastballs? Todd Walker said in those situations, shake him off. If you're the pitcher, shake him off. Disrupt the rhythm a little bit. Another thing that I would suggest is maybe, and again, we don't necessarily get a chance to talk to Yeske a bunch, but maybe one of the reasons they're not throwing a bunch of fastballs is they don't want the other team to hit it because the defense behind the pitcher ain't very good. Like, do you really want a ball coming off the bat at 103 hit at your second baseman right now? I don't. Do you want to know why they keep moving Stephen Milam all over? Now, I'm not talking about shifting. Shifting happens. But have you noticed how many times Stephen Milam has been playing in shallow right? Like he's playing second base. Like, I'm not just talking about like, hey, let's shift. Let's move the second baseman into shallow right, Milam up the middle, the third baseman moves to the shortstop spot. Like, Milam is over at second base, across the infield. You want to know why? They're trying to put Milam in the best position to field the ball because they don't think their guy at second can field it and make the play. What guy at second? Any of them. So the reason I don't necessarily have the most optimistic point of view or outlook that this team is going to figure it out or get hot is because some of this stuff I don't think you fix. I don't think all of a sudden they're just going to become a better defensive team. Or they're just going to start throwing more strikes. Hey, can they hit better? Yeah. I mean, I think you have good offensive players on this team that can. Like Stephen Milam has been a 320 hitter in the SEC. He's hitting 250 right now. Like, is he capable of being much better? Yes. Derek Curiel started slow. He's over 300 now. Like, there's guys on this team that are capable of doing much more offensively. But if they don't trust the defense behind the pitchers, I don't know that they trust the pitchers just to groove fastballs and hit it because I don't think they trust the defense is going to make plays. So I'm not trying to give you this doomsday scenario. And they're 6-9 in the conference, and there's plenty of opportunity with 15 games left to get to 13 league wins and make a regional. But in my opinion, the only way that this is going to happen, two things. Number one, Evans and Schmidt need to be dominant. Like we talk about 2024, the reason that turned around was you had Holman and Jump. You had two dudes at the front of your rotation that were capable of winning any weekend for you, or winning a regional or winning a super. Evans and Schmidt at times have been awesome, and at times they've been not awesome. You need them to be awesome, and you need to get Cooper Moore back. That's one. And two, you got to hit the baseball. Because I don't think the defense is going to be better. And if the defense isn't better, then they're not going to groove fastballs to let them hit it because you don't trust your defense to get them out. All right, it's after further review. Jimmy will be here for Otterlocks. We'll come back to wrap it up next. It's AFR.
AFR.
Get Gordon. Get it done. Gordon McKernan, Injury Attorneys. If you've been injured in an accident, it's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com, getgordon.com. Get Gordon and get it done. And also, right now, remember, the Gordon's Grads promotion is going on. I love telling you about this. You can still enter for the rest of the month of April. Gordon is giving away laptops to graduating high school seniors. Laptops, MacBooks. If you want to see how you can enter, you can go to gordonsgrads.com, gordonsgrads.com, or any of Gordon's social medias. They've got all the, at Get Gordon, they've got all the deets on how you can enter, pinned on all the social media accounts, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the stuff there. You can go do it. So you can want all the info, you can get it there. Enter, if you're a graduating Louisiana high school senior going to a 2- or 4-year college or trade school, Gordon's giving you an opportunity to win a free laptop or MacBook. So go to gordonsgrads.com.
It's not easy to be a champion.
It's built from every swing, pitch, and game all season long.
In the grind, the focus,
and in the recovery.
FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake experts provide best-in-class care for our state's world-class athletes. Because it takes a champion to care for champions.
I trust the lake to keep me at my best.
From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
The experts at Hood Dental Care want you smiling bigger and healthier than ever. New patients can get a healthy gums cleaning for just $89, plus a free exam and full mouth x-rays. A $376 value. With over 3,000 five-star Google reviews, 5 local locations, and easy online scheduling with same-day care. Hood Dental makes it simple to get started. And we always have other great giveaways for new patients. Check out hooddentalcare.com and schedule your appointment today.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit louisianapropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs. Set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here on a Hump Day edition of AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Lowest prices, never any contracts. And remember, Goodwood is part of that three-pronged monster right there on Drusilla in Baton Rouge. Goodwood is the men's clinic, a unique physique. That's the GLP-1, semaglutide, tirzepatide. And then they've got unique aesthetics and wellness, which is your aesthetics clinic, your Botox, your laser hair removal, hydrofacials, body contouring, all of it. It's all in one place right there on Drusilla. Yourgoodwood.com. Yourgoodwood.com. All right, find out what we're betting on tonight. Time for Otterlocks.
Otterlocks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
You out there, what up? You out there, what up?
He dropped. Let me get him back.
Okay. He dropped just like his record last night. He dropped just like his record last night. He dropped just like his record last night. There. Rough night. Let's get it all back tonight. You know what that means. When you lose, you just double up all your bets the next night to get it all back. That's exactly what you do. Otter's here. Otter, what up?
Kick me when I'm down, baby. That's all right.
Hey, we've had plenty of wins. I can take my shots when we're down because I praise when we're up.
That's all right. Let's, but a couple of losers Monday and Tuesday. Let's get one of those Thursday nights like last night, a little 4-0 with a couple of dogs. Let's go to the NBA. We're going to take both home teams tonight. 76ers -1.5. No Embiid here, but man, this Magic team has been disappointing. We picked them a couple of times. They went on a streak, and boy, they've just been puzzling. Their roster should be better. This is not the time to fix it. Give us the Sixers -1.5. The tanking talk is over. Well, not so much when you talk about the Golden State Warriors. They don't see where it's really in their best interest to get into the playoffs. They've always had one eye with life after Steph. I don't look for the best effort. Draymond Green he should retire. He is so done. Clippers -5.5. We think that one could get really ugly late tonight. Pittsburgh and Washington in Major League Baseball win over 8.5. Now this line has moved to 9.5. It would, you don't know, but both of these games are going over. Pittsburgh is in
1 minute
the
remaining.
top 10 in every hitting category there is. That lineup is just a big, big deal. They came up just short in a comeback effort last night to close out that parlay for us. And then speaking of the other half of that parlay, going back to the well tonight. Atlanta, in a close one last night, pulled it out. Tonight, they'll pour it on. Rarely do we lay 1.5 runs at home. We'll do it against Paddock, who's had a rough go of it for the Miami Marlins.
All right, so 4 plays, 2 in the association, 2 in Major League Baseball. 76ers and the Clippers against the number. Pirates Nationals over, which, by the way, Otter, right now is 8.5, still at DraftKings. And then Braves laying on the run line tonight, 1.5. Where are you tomorrow?
The original walk-ons on Burbank, just off of Nicholson.
Let's go. All right, take care of Handy tomorrow.
Good luck.
We'll see you. All right, that's Jimmy on. It's After Further Review. Thanks as always for hanging out. You miss anything AFR on demand. Muse, Pauly, thanks. Y'all have an awesome night. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
AFR.
Trust isn't given, it's earned. Winning championships, that's hard. Defending one, that's even harder. LSU baseball knows what it takes. It's discipline, teamwork, and trust. FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics, providing Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From injury prevention to recovery, strength to performance, the Lake helps keep Tigers ready to compete every game, every series, every postseason run. And that same level of championship care is here for you too. Whether it's sports medicine, heart care, pediatrics, or helping you get back to your everyday routine, Our Lady of the Lake cares for everyday champions across Louisiana. So trust the team that cares for the team you love. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, together we roar. Learn more at olrmc.com/LSU. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, together we roar.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient. And you will have your pool in no time.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit LouisianaPropane.com.